This is the main event of the evening.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong.
Break it down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Who the hell are you?
Maverick.
I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
Good evening, London.
Enough! Maverick! Bullshit!
I'm your huckleberry.
Why, Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody just walked over your grave.
We have guns.
No, what you have are bullets, and the hope that when your guns are empty, I'm no longer standing, because if I am, you'll all be dead before you've reloaded.
Just stay out of it, pal. It's not your business, okay?
I ain't your pal, dickface.
Why don't you show your face, you fucking coward?
One ugly mother.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to Stab-A-Thon Part 4, everybody. I apologize for us starting a bit late. My wife is stuck in traffic, and my daughter is going to be co-piloting this show with me, along with these two fine people. How's it going, Bob and Sarah? How are you guys?
Hey, yeah, it's going well. I'm excited. I love watching all the Screams, so...
Right. So do I. It's always a good day when you can throw Scream on and enjoy a tasty beverage or snacks, whatever's your thing. Yeah, so at a certain point, I might have to just check out for a quick second, but we'll probably be into the movie so I could get my daughter with my wife. But I'll worry about that when that time comes. I see there's quite a few people here in the chat saying hello. And if you guys have noticed, there is a person missing from the panel that's been here every day that we've done this, which is Carey Craves Cinema. She has some scheduling conflicts, so I think she'll be here for Scream 5. We're still working on planning that out, but nonetheless, her info is in the description, so make sure that you subscribe to her channel. Blecka, if you were the real V, you would be here on time. I know. Well, I'm an imposter. I don't pretend to be anything other than that. Jen is in the chat saying, hey, everyone, please like this stream and subscribe if you haven't. Scream 6 spoilers will not be tolerated, and Jen does not play any games. So please do not test her because she will axe you. She's got full carte blanche to do whatever the hell she wants. Speaking of subscribing, Bob has a YouTube channel. He's got a lot of stuff planned for the near future. So if you haven't done so already, please check out his channel. It's fantastic. I know Sarah, we're kind of giving her peer pressure, giving her ideas to start one. So maybe one day soon, she will have something. Yeah, she'll have something. And we can all sub to her channel. Philip's here. Philip was last week's winner of the Friday the 13th Part 4 Steelbook. So how's it going, Philip? I hope that you get that. It should be there by Monday, but let me know. Okay, and I packaged that stuff really, really well, so I pray to God that they don't screw that up. My buddy Blake is in the chat. He said, let's see, there it is. I'm here to win shit. I know, man. I know. I hope that somebody wins. So, like we did last week, we're going to be spinning that wheel. So I'm going to kind of incrementally, as we're watching the movie, simultaneously watching the chat, I'm going to be adding names to the wheel. So Blake, I will get your name put down here shortly. Philip saying hello. People are saying hello back. Mayanne is here. Mayanne is her and I cross paths. I keep forgetting which channel. I don't remember if it was Mr. Bones or something, but she's awesome. She's so fun to have around, and she always gives nice compliments, especially to Carey last week. Carey, well, it was either Carey or Jen or both, but she's a sweetheart. So thanks for coming, Mayanne. Glad to have you. Let's see. What else do we got before we get in this? Oh, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
I missed you. Yeah, glad to have you, Katie. I'm so happy that you're here. I know you've been doing some traveling and stuff like that, but I hope all is well. And maybe we can arrange to get you on Scream 5 if you're available. We're still working out the dates, but I would love to have you. So, Katie, I'll get you down. Oh, we miss you too. We miss you too. Let's see. Who else is here? Got Michael Joe. What's up, Michael? Good to have you. We got our good friend Polar. Her and I have done some fun streams together on Craven's channel.
Hey, Polar.
Yes. Good to see you. I think we're catching up to everybody. Our buddy Bearded Entertainment is in here.
Eric.
What's up, Bearded? Hey, buddy. I got a lot of names to add to this wheel. I felt like last week I was way more caught up, but yeah. So anyways, does anybody have anything they would like to promote before we get started?
I'll promote the Bearded Entertainment's channel. Perfect. Because he shipped this little baby all the way from America to Canada.
That's awesome.
I had a mental breakdown that we weren't going to get them. So I now have this little Scream cup. So please go subscribe to him.
Yeah, go check out Bearded's channel if you haven't done so already. Is that a cup? Is it like a
cup straw? You fill up his little head.
Nice.
They were Cinemark exclusives, and we just don't have those in Canada.
Yes, I ordered one of those popcorn buckets last week, so I was excited that because we don't have a Cinemark where I'm at, so I was really excited to at least be able to participate. That would be a cool little prop to throw up on one of my shelves.
Right.
Yeah. So very cool, Bearded. Good on you, buddy. Good on you. Bob, how about you? What do you got in the works?
March 14th, as soon as WWE 2K23 drops, I will be doing the first ever live stream of War Games on the channel between Team Sam and Team Tara.
Nice.
So, I will figure a way to make it one of the most bloody, goriest matches physically possible within the game.
And that's on the PS5 platform?
Xbox Series S.
Xbox S. Cool, man. Very cool. Blucka says you don't have to worry about Bearded Entertainment being Ghostface. He couldn't fit all that under the mask. Well, that would be a good hint, right? If Ghostface had a big old beard, you might know who you're dealing with. That's funny. That's funny. Mav, you ever done the cut a hole in the bottom of a popcorn gimmick at a theater? Negative. That is a hard no. I've heard of it. I don't know personally anybody who's ever pulled that off. I don't know about it. Sarah, do you know what he's referring to?
I do. Okay. And I've never heard of anyone successfully doing it.
Neither have I. Bob, what about you?
I cannot confirm nor deny anything, but I have known a few people that have.
Oh my God. That, you know what? That sounds like a mess. And salt, that might be a little painful. But no, Blake, I haven't, but I would love to hear if you have a story like that. Maybe on your next live stream that you guys do, which, by the way, check out @Nat's channel. They did a excuse me, that's my daughter. They did a live stream reviewing Crocodile Dundee, which it was crazy because I was tuning in and there I was on Blake's TV in the background. It was one of my videos, and I was like, "Holy crap! I'm on in his background." So, thank you, Blake. By the way, that was super freaking cool. But it was such a cool deep dive that they did, and they do that with a bunch of different movies. But Crocodile Dundee was something I have not seen in ages, and they deconstructed that movie so well, and it makes me want to go watch it again. So check out, if you aren't subbed to Blake's channel, I don't know, Jen, if you can drop the link to his channel, or Blake, if you can drop it in the chat. But man, it was such a good stream. So check them out. I really, really like them. Lainey D is in the chat. Hi. She says, hello, everyone. Bob going to play Hornswoggle to the heavyweight championship. There you go. That would be hilarious to watch that. Watch them.
Correction,
watch you
I'm
pull
going to
that
take
off.
a woman and I'm actually going to do it, which is a much harder feat.
There you go. There you go. Blake watches a lot of movies. He does, dude. But they have a great, I'm telling you, they have a great channel. I really am big fans of them. Let's just be real. Got to be real to make it work. All right. Let's be real here. Got it. Philip saying hi. So we're ramping up to get the movie started. And if you're watching this on the live on replay, we'll count it down from 5 when we get there. But if everybody in the chat is going to be watching, or anybody's going to be watching along, we're gonna count it down. So get it all queued up. We'll stall for another minute or so. And Sarah and Bob, you guys are ready to roll, correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Here's a past winner of one of the live streams. It was actually when I hit 500. Bones got he got a choice of things because it was a pleasant surprise that I hit 500 on the live stream. So Bones got the NECA Michael Myers 2018 figure, but damn, the USPS just tore that box to pieces. He did a little unboxing video, and I could not believe it. Looked like a dog, like Cujo, got a hold of that box before it got to him. I felt horrible, but thankfully the toy itself was like, the box was pretty much like together. So everyone saying hi. Sharon's in the chat. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And look who else popped in. Craven Something Scary. Hey, everyone. Just stopping by to say hello and that I miss all of you so much. Craven, I really hope you're doing better, and I'll reach out to you after this stream. I just want to touch base with you, see how everything's going, and I'm pray for you every day, buddy. So I'm hoping things are on the up and up, and we can get together soon. That would be fantastic. Let's see, last couple things. So if you guys are gonna watch along, get it all queued up. Bones is saying hi to everybody. Jen saying hi to Steven. Blucka says, I want to hear Ghostface use the V quote. No, what you have are bullets, in the hope that when your guns are empty, I will no longer be standing, because if I am, you'll all be dead before you've reloaded. That would be a pretty epic quote for Ghostface to pull off, and it would fit. It would fit, just given how many times a Ghostface killer has been shot. Steven says, thank you, Jen. He's recovering. Good. That's what we want to hear. Good. Everybody's glad to see Steven. Good. That makes me happy. Yep. Okay. You guys ready to get this show on the road? Because I am excited.
I've been ready all day.
Nice. All right. We'll count it down from 5, and we'll get going. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right. Got the dimension showing right now.
I'm going to be like a second behind again. I always get Entertainment 1 before Dimension.
Gotcha. Put my closed captioning on. Every time, I love this movie. It's grown on me quite a bit, but every time I watch it, the first thing I always think of is the Shallow Hal. I actually pulled a. This is what the first time I watched it. This is what I thought was happening to me. Thought I had an eye infection.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that.
Right? And then I was like, maybe it's my TV, you know? Like maybe that's what's wrong was the TV. But no, it's just the lens that they chose.
No, this has also grown on me a lot. I remember the first time I watched it, I thought I really liked it because we hadn't had a Scream in so long. I was like, great. And then like the second and third time, I was just like, I don't really think I like this, but it's like really grown on me over time, and I really enjoy it now.
Yeah. No, same with me. It's it's Scream 5 and Scream 4 kind of had opposite trajectories for me. And it was, I didn't really care for Scream 4 at first, but I think I just was always distracted while watching it. And then in Scream 5, I really liked at first. And then as I've on subsequent watches, it's kind of gone the opposite way for me. But
yeah, I prefer 4 to 5.
Same.
See, I'm the opposite, even though 4 is second on my list. Maybe it's because I have a connection being similar to Sam in the sense of like having a traumatic past. You can't let things go like that. But 4, I think, is the better movie.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. And you can totally like I have movies that I personally I rank higher. Like not Scream, excuse me, Halloween 6. It's in my top 3. But as far as is it a better movie than Halloween 4? No. You know what I mean? So I totally get that. I'm the same way, man. All right, I'm gonna put just to switch things up a little bit. Put a little poll in the chat. Let's see. Hopefully it pops up. Do you like this opening? I'm curious to know. I always hear differing opinions on it. Some people love it and some people absolutely hate it.
For me, it depends on like the mood I'm in. Like if I'm feeling really good, I actually enjoy it because I don't see many things opening like this. But if I'm in a bad mood, it's just loop after loop in my head and it makes me nauseous.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with like the initial fake out, but I didn't think we needed like the double fake out. Like you could have got rid of Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin and just done like the one fake out and now we're in real life.
Right. Yeah, I agree. There's the first CGI knife they ever used right there. Hope your daughter feels better, Mav. Sounds like she's got she's got the croup cough. So she's doing better. It's just she can't get that thing to go away. But she's a little firecracker. Nothing stops her. It doesn't matter how sick she is or anything. She just goes. Two bigger name actresses, blonde actresses, kind of a little callback to the opening of Scream 96.
Yep.
Oh, Mayanne wants a timestamp. I am at 4:35 and counting. All right, let me get these names added to the list. Yeah. Jen, let me know if you want to be. Oh, there it was. I turned right at the right time. I was so confused at this point watching the movie. I was like, what is happening? They just revealed Ghostface right at the beginning. Stab-7. Have either of you seen the deleted opening or the opening that they didn't go with as opposed to this one?
Yes.
Only like a few times a long time ago, but is it like the extended one with Britt Robertson, like the girl who plays like Marnie?
So it's switched. The blonde that we see die second in this opening actually dies first.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I like that one better than this one, especially with the deleted where Wes is the coroner. You see kind of Wes in the background as the coroner, and then their bodies were kind of staged like Casey and Steve's were in Scream 96. I preferred that one. I don't know the reason why they decided to go with this over that. I don't know if it was an MPAA thing or I don't know why, but I like that one, that opening better than I did this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything past the MPAA.
Yeah, if you see the short that I just put out, that is exactly what it's all about. Is just, I said they're the greatest slasher in horror history. It's not Michael Myers, it's not Jason, it's not Ghostface, it's the MPAA, because they have slashed so much stuff from horror movies over the years, and so much stuff has been cut because of them.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
Oh, I'm with you.
All right, who else do I need to get in here? Bearded. Well, yeah. And by the way, I'm giving away a steelbook for Total Recall. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of that movie.
The original one or the remake?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the original.
Nice.
Yep. Total Recall. So it's a steelbook. It's in good condition. And that's what I'm going to be giving away. That's what I'm adding all the names to the list for. So test your luck. Oh, Katie. We got her. Girl kind of looks like Miley Cyrus. A little bit. Or like, not now Miley Cyrus, but Disney Miley Cyrus.
I was like old, like Hannah Montana with a blonde wig and bangs.
Yeah, yeah. This is Trevor. So I think that line was a nod to the fact that they cut the original opening that they shot, where it says she got left on the cutting room floor. I think that was kind of like a little bit of a meta commentary on the fact that they reshot the opening. Well, it's just clever, but doesn't surprise me for Scream. Oh, shit. So do you guys think that there was one killer or two killers? And which killer do you think this was? Charlie or well, the male or the female? Just in case there's anyone who hasn't seen this movie.
Female.
Yeah? How about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I think female. I haven't actually really put a lot of thought into who killed who in this movie, just because it's like not one that I really rewatch a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious if Zach Cherry does a cool Who Killed Who. I haven't seen his for this. I think I've only actually seen it for the first Scream and maybe the second Scream, but I'm curious to know what his thoughts are on who this was or if there were both of them, because there are two females if they used kind of strengthen numbers or try to even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen all of his Who Killed Who's. I love them, but I honestly don't remember what he said. But I feel like the cutting room floor line is something that he would say versus her.
Oh, because he's more of the
Yeah.
movie geek.
Yeah. I think he was on the phone, but she was doing the killing.
Yeah.
Did Roger do the voice for the Stab films? I don't. That is a good question.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, I was
feel
gonna say. Well, I would assume that he would, but I haven't heard. I've never heard. That's a great question, Jen. I just don't have the answer for you on that. Yeah, all those twists for it to. It was just. I get it was a cool little novelty, but I don't think it has the same payoff after the first time you watch it. And I think, I don't know. Did you guys say both of you were fans of the opening, or you just Bob said it depends on his mood?
Yeah, for me it depends.
Yeah, I think it gets old quick. I think it's like a little gimmicky with like the double fake out, and I like it less and less on each watch.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's one of those things that just kind of you just want to get to the actual kill.
Yeah, because I think the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, I was fooled. This was great. And now I'm like, okay, can we just get to the movie?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of sours over time, so to speak. Got Alonzo in the chat. Mav, my brother, what's been going on, buddy? Not a whole lot, man. Good to see you. I got your name down on the on the Wheel of Fun, so you might be able to win the Total Recall Steelbook. There's Kirby, looking beautiful as ever, speeding past Dewey. Zach Cherry was a waiter and a bouncer in a bar, like in real life or in a cameo in like a movie. That
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said before that he used to like wait tables or work in a restaurant or something.
Yeah, he just seems like such a nice guy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I was a bouncer once upon a time, but I feel like he's like salt of the earth nice. I don't see me as the same. Same as him. Olivia. She was I thought she was going to have more of a role in this movie than she actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's what made it so shocking for me, because I was expecting her to be in the movie longer. So in a way, it was kind of like the Drew Barrymore effect for me. Like it caught me so off guard.
Yeah. Yep. Well, she's easy on the eyes, so I thought like, oh, they're gonna do a lot with her, and they didn't. But it's okay. What we got from her was that her last bit in this movie is freaking crazy cool.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be like the trio of them, like in it together to the end, and everybody else in the peripherals was going to kind of get killed off.
Right. Oh yeah, what I assumed was going to happen and what we actually got, I think this was probably the most wrong I've been in the Scream movies. Like this one, I was so wrong when the eventual reveal happens. Blucka says, I think the original ending for Scream 4 and the original idea for Scream 5 sounded really good. Too bad we never got to see it. I know. Someone was talking about, there was one of the channels I was listening to was talking about how it would be cool to all the scripts that never got made if we could see somebody just finance and have those movies made. I would love, even if they're not canon, I would love to see, something like that, Blecko, or there's some Halloween scripts that just never got made that I think would be fantastic. What do you guys think? Do you prefer this or do you prefer what they originally had in mind for Scream 4, which would have led into Scream 5?
I would have preferred what we could have gotten. I think it was a better concept, and in a way, we would have had a killer kind of get away for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm kind of torn. I'm probably going to be pretty boring in this because I'm like very neutral on 4. Like I don't have a lot of strong opinions on it like I do like the other sequels.
Right.
I kind of like that you can watch them as standalone movies, but at the same time, if you like marathon them, you obviously have your storyline to like carry you through.
Right.
So I don't know what I would have preferred, honestly. Like I don't really think there's much wrong with this one.
Yeah. No, I get it. I agree too. I think it would have been. I mean, the only thing that I was iffy on was the whole Sid having amnesia on the attacks. You know, like that was the only thing I was like, you know, it's. I could have done without that, but her getting away, going to college, and then somebody, you know, saying, "I know your dirty little secret." That would have been a cool, kind of, cool direction for them to go, and totally different from the format that they stick to
For
for the
sure.
most part.
Like what like Bob was saying, like it would have been cool to actually have someone get away. But at the same time, I kind of like they close the loop just in case for whatever reason it was the last Scream and we didn't get 5. I hate when like a franchise ends on like a cliffhanger or like something's unfinished. But like if they knew for sure they were going to make 5 at the time, it would have been awesome to have her get away.
But then also at the end of the day, you know, 4 wasn't really marketed well. So, I mean,
not at all.
When you look at it both angles, I mean, we could have had 6 Wes Craven films before Wes died, but because they marketed this one so bad, we only had 4.
There was just no marketing for it. I did not know it was coming out until I was at the theater for another movie and I saw that it was out. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I didn't know they even made a 4th until I could rent it at the library.
It was already on video by the time that I love horror movies. I had no idea. It was kind of a hazy part of my, you know, life. There was a lot of partying and stuff going on in those days, but I still would always watch horror movies. I had zero clue. Didn't see this, the only one I never saw in theaters. Found out about it when it was basically available, like you said, to buy or rent. That was it. And I had no idea. I was like, son of a gun. This is crazy. Okay. Blake says that Zach said that Charlie did all of the kills until the end. Okay. I could see that. Oh, wow. It's beautiful, sweetie. Bluck says if Scream 6 is because people think Sam was the killer in 5, they basically did a spyglass take on the original 4 or 5 in a way. It's possible.
It's possible, but also at that point, they're just taking what a lot of fans are saying at the same time. Speculating. So it's like you're not even really creating your own story at that point. You're more listening to people on what they want and not telling your story.
Here's Blake with a hot take. They haven't had a sex scene since the original. Just saying. It's true. Something I never noticed, but that is true.
It's true, but it's not really needed because if you take notice, none of us really took notice to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that should be saying sex scenes in horror movies aren't always necessary. Some people do care about the story that they're telling like this. It never dawned on my mind we hadn't seen one since the original.
Yeah, I never noticed it until now, which I always appreciate those fun facts for sure. But I do think that you are right in the sense that there's always so much, especially with like whodunits. There's always so much that your brain is doing, and you're not like your brain never takes a break, right? Because you're always trying to figure out who's the killer, who's this, who's that. It's a little different with Friday the 13th, for example, which I love, and I appreciate all of those scenes. Don't get me wrong, I do.
Oh yeah.
I just think that with whodunits, your mind is always racing so much that you never stop to think like, oh shit, there's nobody's naked or nobody's banging.
But also, like, once all of the killing starts, like, realistically, when would you have the time? We're fighting for our lives here.
Right.
Well, I mean, Sid and Billy technically had the time. I mean, just saying.
But her losing her virginity was a major, like, plot point, so to speak, in the sense that they had built up the virgin, the final girl, the this, the that, what was like her body armor, so to speak, for the killers was also what Billy was taking away from her, making her in their heads being so movie driven and the rules, so to speak. It was their way to take away her plot armor, so to speak. So it was kind of important in a way because it made her vulnerable to the rules that Randy had just laid out to us. So it served a purpose.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the documentary that Drum Dums posted yesterday? I watched it. It was cool. I enjoyed it. How about you? Did either of you guys watch it? It's like an hour and a half.
I haven't had a chance to yet.
No, I haven't yet.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. An Asian character in Scream yet? I don't know.
Well, you did have that one cop technically in 5.
I would say the cop in 5, and now we'll have one in 6. I don't know.
Is Mindy? Is she mixed?
I thought she was, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think she's more mixed, but the way they're kind of portraying her, I wouldn't consider her Asian. If you're supposed, they're supposed to be twins with Chad and Mindy, so
true.
If they weren't like classified as twins, I could say yes.
That's fair.
Okay, Philip saw the trailers. Yeah, that's more than I saw, dude. I didn't even know that. Oh. Conrad, what's up, buddy? I'm going to add you to the wheel right now. Thanks for stopping by. Conrado. Oh, here's where Gail just dishes her. Did you guys think Judy and Dewey had a thing, like a little side thing, or just that she was crushing on him hard?
No, I think that she was just pursuing him. I don't think Dewey would ever do that to Gail.
Yeah. No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we see in 5 he didn't have the courage to stay with Gail. I mean, it's possible after that they had a little small thing go on, but not while they were technically together.
Yeah, he seems like he's just got a good moral compass. I just don't, I don't know if I could see that. Here's an interesting question. What will make more money, Scream 6 or Creed 3? Sarah, you got thoughts on that? Are you a Creed fan?
I've seen the first 2. I have no barometer for how much they actually made. But if I don't know, Michael B. Jordan is just like, he's a draw now. It's hard to say. I think Scream, I think they're just going so hard with the marketing, and now they have like the Jenna Ortega factor. Like the day after Wednesday dropped, she gained 10 million Instagram followers. Like a lot of people are downplaying her, saying like, oh, she's like an ex-Disney star or like a Netflix actress, but I'm like, no, she'll pull numbers.
Right. Bob, what about you?
As much as I want Scream 6 to overtake everything that's coming out, I have to go Creed 3. Unfortunately, those movies typically sell more than horror. I don't care how much marketing Scream 6 is getting in retrospect. Everybody's going to have Halloween Ends in their head and what happened with that, and people are going to be skeptical to go. You can have all the actors and actresses in the world in your movie. All it takes is one bad egg to ruin that experience for somebody. And you know what you're getting out of Creed.
Right.
Yeah, and I just looked up Creed 2 versus Scream 5, and Creed 2 beat it by like 100 million.
Yeah. You know, I think the interesting thing is both franchises have their main not in this movie. And I'm curious to see how that affects the loyal fan base, right? Stallone is not in Creed 3, and there's been some vocalization about how he's unhappy and how he roots for Michael B. Jordan, but he won't be watching it. So I'm curious to see the loyals, right? How much that affects the box office. Same with Scream 6. Now, I think horror fans will still go see the movie, but be pissed. Um, I would venture to guess, man, when did Creed 3 come out? Is it this week?
Yeah, I think it was this week.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Scream 6. I'm gonna guess Scream 6. I think that there's gonna be more people that are gonna wait to see Creed. Um, as I'm loyal to Stallone more than I'm interested to see this movie. So I'm gonna say Scream 6 is gonna win. Yes, Scream 6 is gonna win.
But my only concern is how many of the diehard Nev Campbell fans are going to ruin it for everybody. That's my other question, because you go horror, but there's one key thing we're all forgetting in all this. The ones that prefer Nev in all this, that ragged on the TV series, that are ragging on everyone else in 5 and 6 now. It's going to be an interesting battle. And I think there will be people that will deliberately sabotage it just so Nev can come back. I really do think that. And
it's a great question, Blake. Number one. So, and I apologize. My internet's crappy right now. So we got really bad weather going on. Sorry.
Well, I thought it was my end because I got a nor'easter coming in. So
it could be all of ours. I have no idea.
I was gonna say we got like 10 inches of snow yesterday, and we're getting more tonight.
Yeah, it's madness out there. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like people are too curious to know with the Scream marketing. You kind of more or less know what you're going to get with Creed. We have no idea what to expect with Scream. And I think as much as people want to protest about the Nev thing, curiosity is going to get them into the theater. That's my my bold take. And I could be wrong. And I don't mind being wrong.
But there's also one other key factor we're all forgetting in all of this. John Wick Chapter 4.
John Wick's going to blow everything out of the water. It's going to be one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased because like I love those movies, but
me too.
I don't think
that's
there's
my
competition.
Jam.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. All these films are coming out around this. Everything's going to be low, and everyone's going to compare it to John Wick Chapter 4. Mark my words.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Doing that. There's no competition there. Everybody knows John Wick's going to be the highest grossing film probably of 2023.
As it should be, in my opinion. I
mean, only an and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but only an idiot would think Scream 6 is going to blow that kind of money out of the water. That's just not happening.
Right. No, I hear you, man. Take a sip of my fire water really quick. Oof. That's strong. JT's in the chat. What's up, buddy? I got you on the wheel. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you can stay and hang out. Let me get you a timestamp here just in case anybody that's joining late, wants to follow along with us. We're watching Scream 4, and we are at 30 minutes now. All right, let's see. Try to catch back up to where I left off. John Wick 4, so 65. Okay, so Blucka's predicting 65, John Wick 4, Creed 3, and there might be one that he's forgetting. So he's predicting.
You do have, for kids' movies, you do have the Mario movie.
Yeah, my son wants to see that real bad, especially after he went to Super Mario World. He wants to see that really bad.
I'm not hearing any hype at all for 65, and honestly, I watched the trailer and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the first time I heard of 65. I haven't even seen a trailer pop
It's
up.
the Adam Driver one.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go watch that. I have some personal beef with that guy from some of the stuff that was going on in a different movie he was doing.
Gotcha. Blucka says we're at a stage where if you hold out 2-3 weeks, a movie will be on streaming services by week 4 or 5 in the comfort of your own home. Yeah, I don't mind streaming movies. I do like the theater experience. Don't get me wrong. I really do. Something nostalgic about it for me. Reminds me of all the movies I saw that I love to this day as a kid. Do you guys prefer? I know Bob. I know you prefer the streaming.
Yeah, only because there's like no theater nearby me. I don't really feel like if I went to go see every movie that was coming out this month, I'd be $1,000 in debt.
Yeah, no kidding, right? You need a loan every time you go see a movie. This scene always creeped me out, where Deputy Perkins was kind of crushing on Olivia. It's like little young, but not the creepiest thing we've seen in horror movies. What about you? Do you prefer streaming, Sarah, or do you prefer?
It honestly, it depends on the movies. Like there are some movies that I'm like, this is a theater movie. Like I have to see it. And there's if I'm not like instantly excited, I'm like, I'll just wait a month for it to stream. So it honestly depends on the movies. Most horror movies though, I will go see in the theaters, or if it's like a big action film, I'll go see it. But like
Right.
I'm not a comedy gal really, so like I'll wait for those to go to streaming or things like that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think that pretty much sums up how I feel. I love this whole block from when Olivia gets home to obviously when Nev arrives at the scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's one of the best parts of the movie.
Well, so much of it reminds me of in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, where Nancy's talking to Johnny Depp's character. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Oh my god.
Gosh dang it, slipping my head. But them talking on the phone, and then Freddy basically exploding Johnny's body all over, and like the blood all over the walls and stuff, with what ends up happening here shortly. And the fake out was awesome, right? I didn't say your closet.
Glenn, his name is Glenn. It just came to me.
Thank you so much. And that is why I have a panel. I've forgotten more than I remembered. Jen, you have to go. Well, I don't know if you like action movies, but Keanu Reeves is freaking phenomenal.
But if you like Keanu Reeves, you should go see it.
Yes, you should watch John Wick. Yeah, comrade. The weather is nuts everywhere right now. I'm in California. It's freaking crazy, man.
I'm in New Jersey. We're dealing with massive rain.
It's just insane. JT's here for chill for a bit. Cool. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Comrade's going to catch up. If you need a timestamp, we are at 34:36. And here it is. Oh. It's cool seeing her in the background, too.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Blucka. I really don't think it's going to have that driving force. I really think Scream 6 is going to overtake it. As crazy as that sounds.
Is 65 based off of anything Like, is it a book, a series of books or something like that has a prior following, or is it?
If it is,
Brecca,
I've
let me
never
know.
heard of the books.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's Sid. She's such a badass. Is she your guys' favorite final girl?
Yeah.
Well, I think Bob, I think I know Bob's. If it's no, I think I know whose yours is, Bob.
No, but you can make an argument it's still within the Scream franchise, even though it's a TV series.
I was going to guess, is it Danielle Harris?
No, actually.
I know
no,
I know that's
it's
your.
actually Emma.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Because, like with Sam, with that whole traumatic experience, that actually helped me get over that as that was happening pretty much when the TV series was out. So that was kind of like my falling crutch. Like, it helped me get through that hard time.
Nice. Good, man. That's cool.
And that's why I'm getting tired of that trope in horror. Oh, it's always the troubled person that has to go and become a killer. Why do that to people who have overcome that? You're treating them and saying that, oh, them getting over something at this point meant nothing. They should have just given in to their impulse. And I don't think that's right anymore. I think it's time to switch that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody wants Sam, but also if you think about this logically, everybody complains about Melissa Barrera's acting. Okay, yeah, she went ham on Richie, technically, but who's to say we'd get good lines from her? Jenna Ortega, on the other hand, who outshone everybody in that, and I mean everybody, would be a better killer. You'd get more creative lines. You'd have emotion running through her. You still get the same stale Sam, in my opinion, even if it's the killer. You'd only get good kills.
Right. No, I can't really argue with you on that. Did you guys know, just on a side note, before I go back to the chat, that scene with Olivia, there was supposed to be or initially there was like a picture frame around her head when she was laying on the bed. So it was supposed to kind of symbolize, oh, there's my daughter. It was supposed to symbolize the Tatum's kind of hanging out of the doggy door.
Yep.
And there was going to be a whole dialogue, or they shot a dialogue between Dewey and Judy Hicks talking about that, where like kind of recapping that whole thing, but they ended up cutting that out. And
oh, that's a shame. I would have liked that. I feel like we don't get any Tatum basically until a little snippet in 3.
Right.
And then we also get the small like urn in 5, which only had Tatum on it.
Yeah, her little memorial.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lainey, we are at 38 minutes and 52 seconds.
Oh, but going back to what I was saying, but at the end of the day, it is their idea. I can't tell them how to tell their story. It's just a trope I'm sick of seeing.
Right. Oh, that's fair. Everyone's entitled to their, we all got our preferences, and stuff that I prefer is.
Mav, who's yours? Is it Sydney?
Yes, she is my favorite final girl. Like, it's not even close compared to, I think Laurie Strode would be my second, but it's like a distant first. It's not a close competition. I'm a huge Sydney fan.
I'm not gonna go on a wild tangent, but I will just say my preferred timeline for Halloween is 1, 2, H2O. And if we just counted those, Laurie and Sydney would be real close.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. That timeline is fun. Resurrection obviously did a tremendous amount of damage to Laurie.
We'll pretend that doesn't exist.
It's fun to just watch those 3 movies as a trilogy and go,
yeah,
that's a cool ending. Mayanne says, for me, it depends on the movie. Something like Scream 6 had to have the movie theater experience for sure. Plus, I don't want to see spoilers. Yeah, I hear you. Hopefully everybody's going to get to see it soon. I'm hoping everybody can go like opening day or maybe.
I have to wait till Friday, but that's only because of my mother coming down. But I
Right.
get to see it pretty quick, so that's the one good thing I can say this time around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
And
I'm
I'll
going to see it
finally get
Friday
my-
as well.
And it's going to be my first theater experience with Scream, so hopefully you don't make me walk out.
Aw. Yeah, I'm also seeing it Friday.
Yeah, I think this is going to be at the least a solid entry in the franchise. I don't see this. I don't see this being a miss. I know that they can easily screw this up, but I don't see this being a swing and a miss. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna at the very least be a very good sequel.
I think 6 is definitely going to be make or break, and I think it's going to make me change my rankings.
Yep. Hey, Shape, thanks for stopping by. We're watching Scream 4. I think, unless you change your emoji, I think you're new to this channel. So we're watching Scream 4. We are currently at 41 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm going to add you to the Wheel of Fun, and you might be able to win a steelbook of Total Recall.
Rebecca is so different than her character Annie in Community that it is so weird every time I watch her in this.
I never saw that show.
I
you
love
need to
that
check it
show.
out, Matt. You need to check it out.
Is it pretty funny, or is it a funny or a serious?
It's funny. It's the kind of funny that's like very self-aware, and it's like they know they're taking it to a ridiculous place and they just keep going, and it's wonderful.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
And like I'm not a comedy girl. I find a lot of like humor like uncomfortable to watch. Like I can't watch The Office. Like I get really bad like secondhand embarrassment for people.
Mhm.
But like Community is just this like little sweet spot.
You know, that's funny that you say that. I with the humor, I don't get that, but what drives me crazy in movies is like it could be any movie, but where there's an easy explanation to not be getting the blame pinned on you and the person just doesn't say anything, it makes me crazy. Oh, give me 1 sec. My wife just got home. I will be right back.
I'm gonna go like when I first saw this scene, man. Like to me, this scene scared me the most. Was her death personally. Of course, it didn't help when I moved to South Carolina, and that's pretty much like what the complex was looking like. Like we actually had to have a parking garage like that. So I definitely was paranoid from 2016 to 2018.
Fair. I was like, that's kind of what my parking garage looks like now that I think about it.
But I wonder if we're going to have anybody in Scream 6 related to her at all in it. Because I know she is technically from New York. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember her last name. It's Rebecca something.
Well, we'll see in the credits, I guess.
Yeah.
Who are you guys talking about?
Rebecca here.
Oh. Someone was talking about it when they were theorizing that maybe she's related to Dermot Mulroney's character as like a theory video, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was me and Shot Him 6 Times. We were talking about that.
Okay.
Walters, thank you, Jen. Jen just said
Walters,
it.
there it is.
Walters.
If they ended Halloween at H2O, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I think a lot of fans would be, but it'll never end. There's going to be 100 sequels eventually.
My question is, what do you think what horror franchise will hit 100 first, Halloween or Friday the 13th?
Right. Well, sounds like they're getting stuff situated with Friday the 13th. So, with the pace that they went at in the 80s, where they had a sequel almost every year, if they decide to go back to that, they might be able to pull that off. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you for reminding us, Craven.
Oh, that's a cool story. JT says Halloween 78 was the first horror film that he ever saw. It was on Halloween. He was 5 or 6. It's in my top 3 films of all time. I love Halloween 3, as do I. And I love 4 and 6. Yep. You're speaking my language there.
Yeah, he's definitely speaking my language too.
Is Halloween 4 your second favorite?
Technically it's my first, because it was the first Halloween I saw.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw Halloween 78 when I was 7, and it like scarred me, but in all the right ways. It was crazy. Uh-oh.
See, I never thought that the first one was scary. Like when I watched it as like a little kid, I just was like kind of bored because I don't know if I wasn't like paying attention enough to like understand tension or like build up or anything like that. But now as like an adult, I'm like that'd be horrifying. Like you can actually put yourself in the situation. But as a kid, I was like, this is boring. And now I'm like, I was an idiot.
That's
funny. In a way, that's why I'm glad 4 was the first one I saw being a young kid, because I felt that tension. Like if I would have started at 78, I probably would have looked at Michael different, to be honest, than chasing someone my own age at that point.
Right.
So I guess in that way, thanks, Mom, for letting me watch 4 first.
Oh. That's gotta hurt. I love Dewey. I mean, it's fair to assume that that person wouldn't live through that, but he still takes the time to check her pulse.
I know.
Yeah.
He's such a good dude, man. I'm so bummed that he's not in the movies anymore.
That's why 5 is the bottom of my list.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Well, I'll get into that with 5 when we get to 5. I'm not going to bring that up again till we get there. Or then I'm going to get emotional during this every time I see Dewey.
Yeah, Blucka, I agree. Paramount is good at that in retrospect. They spoiled a ton in Scream 5. Like a ton. Oh, look who's here. Extron. What's up, dude? I'm gonna add you to the wheel. Extron is in the chat. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. We are our timestamp. If you want to watch Scream 4, we're at 49 minutes and 20 seconds. So who did you guys suspect was the killer at this point? Do you guys remember?
I remember going back and forth being like, is it Trevor, or is Trevor an obvious red herring, or am I like thinking about it too much and it's Trevor? So I definitely thought like Trevor was one of them, but then I also was like, it would be cool if Charlie was one of them, because we all went into it thinking, Charlie is the Randy. Charlie's gonna be sweet, but I'm like, he could just be like the scary silent type. So I was kind of going back and forth between Charlie and Trevor.
How about you,
For
Bob?
me, and I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, I actually thought it was Kirby and Trevor. I honestly thought those two were the killers the first time watching it.
Yeah, so Kirby for sure I thought was going to be in on it. I didn't think she was. I thought there was going to be a primary, and I thought that the primary was going to be somebody that we just didn't pay attention to very much, like Mickey. I thought it was going to be someone that we were slightly introduced to, and I thought Kirby might have been involved. But I had no idea. By the time there was the actual reveal, I had zero clue. I didn't expect. For whatever reason, I wrote off Charlie completely. I was like, "There's no way that he's a killer." I didn't think his partner was a killer. I kind of suspected maybe they're going to do the obvious thing and do the boyfriend, right? With Trevor or the ex-boyfriend. But I thought Kirby could have been involved just because of her knowledge and her accessibility to Jill. But realistically, like this one, I was so far off on. Wasn't even close.
Well, so was I. So.
Mm-hmm. I even started wondering about the deputies around the time that Olivia was killed. I was like, I wonder if they're
Oh, yeah, that's
there.
fair.
But
Yeah.
I was throwing all kinds of ideas out in my head. Like, could it be this person? Could it be that person? I was off. Craven says the review embargo lifts at 9:30 p.m. tonight, so reviews will be flooding the internet. Guard your eyes on social media if you right, that's a great point.
Yeah, good reminder. Good
I
warning.
did not know
Yep.
that the embargo lifted tonight. That is way sooner than I expected.
Which to me is still nonsense. You shouldn't be allowed to write a review until it's out to the general public.
Right. Well,
I mean,
we live in a day of it's not about being it's not about being right, it's about being first. And even with this, like people just won't give a shit. They're gonna go, hey, I gotta get my review out quick. So yeah, I will be radio silent for the most part, pun intended, on social media. Um, as far as like what I'm even doing. If it's responding to messages or something, for sure. But yeah, that's scary. That's scary stuff.
yeah, I only have a select few of people I'm replying to on Instagram and everything because I do not trust anybody.
I've muted a lot of people on Instagram, like just in case. I'm
Right.
like, for the next week, I just want to see my close friends. I don't want to see any like review channels or even like cast members. I just was muting everybody.
Yep.
Extron says, when I first watched Scream 4, I did not suspect Jill. I thought it was Judy and maybe Charlie or Robbie. Yeah, Judy she has her little scene
On the stairs.
at the stairs with Sid, where you definitely get that vibe that maybe she's up to something, right? But yeah, I think I would be surprised if someone was bold enough to say that I knew it was Jill the whole time. The only thing that watching this in retrospect is the flannel shirt that would make you go, I just am a diehard flannel shirt theory person, and that's why I thought it was Jill.
Yeah, I can literally say like Jill didn't even cross my mind. I think everybody else except like Jill and Kirby were suspects at one point or another when I watched this.
Right. Right. Yeah. Oh, look, Stab-A-Thon. You guys are a part of it now too. This is the
I'm
social
gonna die in
distance.
Scream 6 now. There's gonna be a character named Bobby's gonna die.
Yeah. It's a social distancing Stab-A-Thon, I guess, so to speak. How cool would that be if you had one of those in your towns, though? I would go to it every year.
Yes. It'd be great.
I'd be the jerk that would actually like act like Ghostface just to
Right.
mess with people.
Right. You got Tatum in the background. Gail's doing her best version of the 96 Gale. Throwing up cameras. God, that would be in high school. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I think of that better yet. Why didn't I think to do that in high school? That's so funny. Gosh. Gail's little corny 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's funny going back to this because at this point, Courtney Cox wanted out, but Wes was like, yeah, just stay for another film.
Mm-hmm.
Now look where we're at. It looks like she does want to be a part of this trilogy until either she dies or they write her off into the sunset.
Yeah. Hey, Denisha. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, Denisha.
We're at 56 minutes and 48 seconds in Scream 4 if you want to join along. Back on her game. She's finally curbing that writer's block.
Yeah.
It only took a bunch of teenagers to get slaughtered.
And reliving you putting up secret cameras like 96 again.
Right?
I just love that. Her eyes light up when she's talking to her little recorder. I never imagined that I would once again play a critical role.
Right.
2 seconds later, Ghostface just starts covering up the cameras.
You know, the thing is that when she goes up there to try to uncover it, her guard is completely down. It's like you've already seen that at least someone in the mask is undoing your spy cams. Her guard is completely down. And you would think with all of her experience, she would have her head on a swivel constantly. But I get it. For the movie, it builds the tension. Absolutely.
I don't know. I think Gail would be stupid enough to let her guard down. I mean, at this point, she still seems to just care about making a legacy for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her heart's somewhat in the right place, but it's still about her. I'd say the next one we kind of see that evolution kind of change.
Mm-hmm. Blucka says, we need more sequences like the video store, but not to be an exact copy or paying tribute. Yeah, we might get something like that between Kirby and Mindy. I don't know. I think that it would be a missed opportunity if we don't. You know what he's referring to, like the whole Randy, Stu, Billy thing. I think we might
Everybody's a suspect.
Mm-hmm. I think we might get something like that here. And it would be kind of conflicting ideologies of what Scream 6 is because of the whole requel thing that they talk about in Scream 5. Kirby kind of sticking to her guns that it's one thing and Mindy going down another road. I could see that. And I think that would be a missed opportunity if they didn't do that.
Yeah, like the old school versus the new school comparison.
Yeah, them going, it's not a, requel or whatever name they come up with. It's this, and them kind of doing a battle of wits. I think that'd be awesome. So I agree with you, Blucka. Would you guys want to see that, or are you kind of over?
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, that'd be fine, but I'd rather have Kirby call out Mindy on her BS cold act, and maybe something shifts at that point for Mindy. I mean, you have to do something with that character development for her, because everybody in 5 really had no character development. I think
Right.
Kirby can be that shining light to make some. Look, I know there's a lot of people that care about Mindy, but there's the whole other half that don't from her actions in 5. And I think that would sway the argument of Mindy being a good character. But I'm fine with whatever they do. At the end of the day, if you can make me care about Mindy without even taking an idea I have, more power to you.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Mindy fan, honestly. So whatever happens, happens. But I agree that like the characters are just not developed enough in 5. So I am looking forward to seeing like what happens to them.
And I know everybody's like in awe with Jenna Ortega's acting, but even Tara is not that well developed. Like, what's her main purpose? You can like Jenna Ortega and the way she portrays the character, but I just don't see any real character traits to her yet that I'm behind.
I think Chad has potential. We just didn't see any in 5.
I think Chad's this generation's Dewey. And I think him and Tara are going to end up together in the end of the trilogy.
Probably.
You think Tara and Chad?
Yeah.
I definitely think Chad's living through 6. I think he's going to be our new Dewey. And Tara, the whole her kind of blowing up, that's what makes me nervous about the longevity of her character. Does she go?
Yeah, I agree, but let's not forget, we don't know if they signed a 3-movie contract deal. We don't know. They could have. I mean, studios do sign certain people on for X amount of movies. I get everyone saying she's blowing up, but we don't know the real behind the scenes work.
Yeah. She also has come out and said though that like she loves horror. So she may just genuinely love the franchise and if given the opportunity would want to stick around.
That too.
Right. JT says, someone tell Extron check his Insta messages. Much appreciated. Well, Extron, you got your, there's your message, buddy. Check your Insta. Memo Boy, hi, Mav. Just popping in to say, great stream. I have to go to bed. Scream 4 is amazing. Love it. Jill is my 2 faves. Jill would be so happy, or I would be so happy if Jill came back as a cameo in 6. I think we'll get a flashback to Jill. I know that you guys... Bob, you think that there's going to be a Jill flashback, right?
I think it's going to be a nightmare. I think the flashback's going to be a Charlie.
And what about you, Sarah?
I think it'd be a good opportunity. They keep talking about this like celebrity cameo, and to have her back in like a flashback would make sense. Because I do kind of want to see like the aftermath, like what happened with Kirby. How did she survive? I want to see her finding out, that it was Jill. Like, I would love that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But also, what if we don't get that? But what if in the flashback we find out she was connected to it in 4? I mean, anything's possible.
Woodsboro must literally like not have a huge amount of deputies, because you would think after these 2 guys dropped the ball with Olivia getting killed that they'd probably be not working another Overwatch shift, standing guard outside of the house. Yeah, I've always wondered that. That was you think
well, then again, look who's in charge. I mean, you have Dewey, who's not the world's smartest person in charge at this point. No offense to people who like Dewey, but
he's got a lot of heart.
He has heart, but man, is he an idiot with some decisions.
Perkins. That's jacked up. Especially them joking around, like I said, just after they screwed up.
These are some of the worst cops, though. Like,
yeah, I mean, total.
I know we make jokes about like Haddonfield's finest being stupid and everything, but these ones just take the cake,
right? Yeah, yeah. I think they do have the Halloween 5 deputies beat for sure.
The only thing is, at least they don't have goofy music playing with these guys.
Right. Fucking Bruce Willis. Oh, fuck Bruce Willis. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Such a
Bruce Willis.
Oh, funny. Yeah, that Stab-A-Thon. I agree, Conrad. That Stab-A-Thon thing, man, I would have loved to have been like, okay, we're wrapping for the night as far as shooting wise, but we're gonna party here till tomorrow.
We're gonna party till the sun comes up.
Yep. Denisha asked, what do you think Demi Lovato music still alive? What are your thoughts on that? Bob, I know. Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're a fan. I have not. I've only heard a clip of it. So I have not listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't heard the whole thing. But I've heard the music video is like great, but I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the music video. I just have been listening to the song, and it just is amazing to me.
I'm curious to know in the chat. Have you guys watched the music video, listened to the song? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it not kind of fit for you with Scream? I want to know what everybody thinks. I have yet to, like I said, I've heard a snippet. So I'm probably going to, after this, I'm probably going to go and listen to it, watch the music video, do all that thing. But I'm curious to know what people think, if they like it or they hate it. Got to log off, guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of the stream. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Comrade. I appreciate it, buddy. JT and Denisha catching up. Cool. Yep, we are at 1 hour and 7 minutes and 8 seconds. If you guys want a timestamp. And Destin's got a Scream-a-thon tomorrow. Nice. I was thinking about, I know that YouTube kind of limits how long you could live stream for, but that would be cool to try to do it all in a day, like a one shot. But man, that would be rough. Like running a marathon.
What I'm excited for, though, speaking of circling back to Denisha there, is just the Scream 6 soundtrack in general. I love all the Scream soundtracks. Apparently Mike Shinoda has like a solo song on this one, and like I can't wait.
Very cool. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun soundtrack for sure. I thought she was a good casting to be Maureen's sister. I could see like a potential family resemblance, you know. It's like
I do like her. It wasn't supposed to be Lauren Graham, I think, but then her part wasn't as like previously discussed, so she bailed at the end.
Yeah, it's just it's always like when the one thing, like one of my pet peeves with movies is like when siblings don't look like they're even closely related. It's like I felt like that was a cool choice because she's a great actress, but she also, because I think she's an Oscar nominated actress, but I could see them actually being siblings. You know, there's some sort of resemblance.
Yeah.
This was a shocking death for sure. Just with through the mail slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Caught me off guard.
Her face too when she gets stabbed, her eyes just getting all big, and she kind of like shakes her head like, This is where Judy looked the most sus.
Yeah.
It's because, you know, Scream does the misdirection thing so much that, like, when you think, like, it's too obvious, like Billy, perfect example, they set the tone, the most obvious person to be the killer, you know, and then they go, they make you question everything. So even when this, you're like, it would be too obvious for it to be Judy. Now you're sitting there going, but they do that, you know, so it makes you it jacks you up.
The scene earlier on the stairs, I was like, they're pushing her way too hard. Like, I don't think it's her. Like, that's what kind of turned me off to the whole idea. because I was like, they're having her creep out of the shadows, like they're just doing too much.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's how they get you. They make you confident that that it can't be. It's too obvious. But then you get those just over the top. Like, man, there it is. I bet you Dewey's like, it's finally nice to not be on the gurney for once.
Right, that poor man. He got stabbed 9 times.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is just like another minor pet peeve of mine, but like, I've never seen a high school student wear a blazer. Kirby's been in various blazers this entire movie.
That's good observation.
It's something that I noticed on the first watch, and it's bothered me since. I'm like, she's dressed like a 30-year-old woman.
Her wardrobe.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I get 2011 was like a weird time for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's always just like stood out to me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was in middle school. That was kind of natural where I was at. Everybody and their mother was in a blazer.
You were in middle school in 2011?
Yeah.
Bob's our baby.
Oh, I'm old.
Oh, I'm old too. I am old too. Trevor just looking like Sid's dad with his little outfit.
It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I know in a lot of they had him. They did the Billy thing with him in a lot of the deleted scenes. There's way more footage of him in what they shot and what they intended to do with this character than what we got in this movie. And it's like, it didn't have nothing against him as an actor. I don't know him from a hole in the wall, like in other stuff that he's done. I've probably seen movies that he's been in, but like, he didn't give the same kind of creepy, scary, isn't he vibes as Billy did in the first one. Like, and I think that's why they cut it, was just it wasn't working well. I don't know. Have you guys seen those?
I don't think I have.
No, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. You can watch them after, like the deleted scenes with Trevor, and they tried to kind of mimic what they did with Billy in '96. It just didn't work. And that was one of the rare times where I see some of the stuff that they cut from the movie and go, that was a good choice. It was a little over the top, but he didn't sell it like Billy did. Billy kind of made you feel icky, and part of it was his greasy hair, but yeah, Trevor just didn't do it for me.
I like him as an actor. His name's Nico something. It's like Tortorella. He was actually in The Following, which was like the script that was
like
the original
Scream 3.
That's
Scream 3.
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was in the show, and he was like more of like a follower, like kind of like culty follower guy. So he had like a more mild personality, but like he was really good in it. So
yeah, that was such a good show. Such
a little wasted potential there.
I forgot about that. You're right. It was him, and didn't he have like a boyfriend or a husband, or like they had a girlfriend that they were kind of, it was like a love triangle.
There's the 3 of them. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. See, Extron, Dewey still got hit with a frying pan. He did. And we see Gail in 6 in that little teaser they gave us. She gets Ghostface with a frying pan. Not a fun way to go.
Yeah, and from what I saw on Jimmy Kimmel, someone else gets hit with a frying pan.
Did anybody go to someone was at like high school or whatever that did the whole video blogging thing? It was way before my time. Like we barely had cameras on our phones when I was in high school.
No, I didn't. But then again, I was kind of the outcast, being the only horror fan, so
Gotcha.
I kind of was shut out by everybody.
It's funny. Generations are so weird. Like horror was what we did on the weekends. We'd play Xbox and we watch scary movies. You know, like
Yeah. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think I'm between you two in age. Like I graduated high school in 2008 and like I didn't have a cell phone. Like phones barely had a camera on it. We were still using digital cameras. And they didn't record video.
Right. Yeah, mine for sure didn't. I reluctantly had a cell phone because I was like, my parents can track me and call me, and if I don't answer, then I have splaining to do. But I still got one. I just wasn't the biggest fan of having it.
I got one when I went to university, so they would know I was alive. Because I wasn't living at home.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Trevor deserves to die for that one. Sorry, I'm going to say it. Charlie was finally getting to make his move. Goddamn Trevor cock blocked him.
Yep.
He deserves to die for that one. And then this. Oh.
That he just did not pick up on the vibe.
Yeah, totally not reading the room.
Yeah, just never have me around because I'm the same way. I don't read the room. Although to be fair, 9 out of 10 times I'm too drunk to read the room.
I was like, who invited you, Trevor?
Yeah, get out of my house. I love that. I thought this was a very creative kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Poor Robbie.
Out of all the characters, Robbie did not deserve to get ended.
Mm-mm.
It did surprise me though, because I think we were all primed to see Ghostface, you know, coming from behind in the camera, and then right there in the door.
Right. Yeah. Completely caught you off guard from what you were expecting. Question: do you guys think that Robbie was coming out at the time of his death because of the previous conversation, or that they were having in the cinema club? Do you think he was actually coming out, or do you think he was saying that so he wouldn't die?
I think he was just saying that.
Honestly, I think that whole thing he was going to end up coming out due to him being drunk, but he kind of was putting on a facade at that point in time. I think he might have even been in on it a little bit, knowing. Personally, I think it was Jill that was killing him, and we all know Jill kind of goes in it for herself.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm so mixed on it, like, because you know he makes the comments about Olivia and stuff at the beginning when right after the opening kill, that I didn't suspect it, and then when he said it, I thought the same thing. Is it because he's drunk and he's vulnerable and he's scared that he's coming out, hoping that the rules of this now fourth Scream movie will spare his life? You know, something will happen to spare his life. I still don't have I'm really not sure, but
the thing that sways me is the last thing he says. The other says, like, I can't remember. It's if it helps or if it makes a difference. He just like adds it on the end.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
Nev does her best Laurie Strode right there, where she's like, "Do as I say." She tells her to get under the bed.
It is a smart little trick, though.
Yeah. Dino says, I think he was just trying to save his life. And so the Extron agrees. Robbie just said it just to say it. Yeah. It's interesting to think about. I definitely, after that, I went back to watch to see if there was any sort of like indications that maybe, people rewatch the original Scream and say, like, if you look at Stu's mannerisms and how he looks at Billy, that there might have been something going on between the two of them, or a crush at least on Stu's part. I definitely went back and watched it again, but I just never found anything that either put me one way or the other on that whole thing.
Then again, also could be bad editing put together. I mean, they could have changed it up midway through and they didn't edit it right. And I mean, we've seen that a lot with movies too.
Right. See, Kirby now, she's looking sus. Super sus. Go, 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 go. Or as soon as that, I'm like, uh-oh. Are we going to get the reveal?
Yeah, I think that's like the one line that made me like even question it, is when she said, I heard you yelling to Jill, did she get away? And I'm like, where were you? How'd you hear that?
Right?
Yeah.
Jim, this is a great observation. Sydney has fallen off of so many roofs.
So many.
She has. She really has. Now, I think the only roof, or the only one she didn't fall off a roof on, was Scream 2. Because we got Woodsboro, actual Woodsboro, movie studio Woodsboro, and now Kirby's house Woodsboro. So, yeah. Sydney
she fell from the second story off that banister in 5, so kind of counts.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
So I think Scream 2 is the only one she didn't suffer a fall on.
And technically, unless she is in it, Scream 6, because they're saying she's not in it, so she's safe from a roof in 6 as well.
Yeah, that's true. Do you guys think Kirby's gonna live in 6? This is for the chat too. You think she's gonna live in 6?
Yeah.
No, but there's a reason behind it. Now, I'm not going into spoiler territory, but I've been thinking a lot about that bodega scene and someone being trained, and Kirby possibly being in the FBI and those scars not healing right.
Interesting.
So in the grand term, no, but she's not a good person either, technically.
Right. So, okay, do you think she's going to live, and do you want her to live? So if you think she's going to be Ghostface, I'm going to venture out and say that you don't want her to live, or maybe you want her to live. But
I want her to live. She can be the first one to get away. It'd be the most realistic one to get away. Because if you have it all connected where she was involved here, this is her second time getting away.
Right. Okay. How about you, Sarah?
I think she's going to live. I think she's going to get wounded. And that's how Sam gets her gun. I think she's going to be like, here, go, take my gun, get out of here. But then I think it's going to be like a Dewey. At the end, we get her on the stretcher and she's good to go, or she pops back up before the final act. But yeah, wounded, like kind of she's going to sacrifice herself for somebody else. Like she's trying to save people. But I think she ultimately lives. And I want her to live.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I want her to live. And I don't think she's going to bite the big one. I don't think she's going to bite the big one. Not in this movie. Possibly 7. But God, it would be a waste to just bring her back for one movie to kill her off, you know?
Yeah, I'm stuck on the fact, like, I don't think they're going to kill a legacy in this movie because we lost Dewey in 5. And, like, yeah, why would they bring a legacy back just to kill them?
I think I do think Courtney Cox is gonna be a goner. Not in ooh shit. That sucks. I don't think she's gonna be a goner in the scene that we see her, that we just saw. She had released on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Don't think she's going to be a goner there. But I think she's going to be a goner. I do. I really believe that. But Kirby, I want her to live forever. Michael Joe says Jill could return for Scream 7, not Scream 6. Man, that's a tall order, but anything is possible. These are horror movies, after all. Do you guys want to see Jill other than a nightmare or flashback scene?
Me personally, yes, but I'm going to say this to everybody that wants Jill back, but not Stu. If Jill can live that, you cannot tell me Stu can't be alive.
Yeah.
You cannot sit there and possibly tell me that Stu can't be alive. It would not make any sense. But I think the one person that everybody except for me and Marcus are counting out, technically Charlie can be the one that comes back as a killer. I mean, we hear him in this one saying it's an honor, homage in 5. There's small things, and I think he's a huge Stab fan. Think about that whole shrine of Ghostface. Stab. I mean, things we can sit here and say it's Stu, but part of me is leaning more towards Charlie at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe watching this so many times again that it's just connecting in my head.
Right. Real quick, did anyone ever wonder if were Jill and Charlie operating with one eye hole? Because it looked like she had that camera covering one of the ghost-faced eye holes so they could record all their killings. Because like right when she removes that, which by the way, we got the reveal. Holy shit, Jill is the killer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But like she shows that she's been recording it, and it's literally just like it's right on the eye hole. Like so she's operating with one eye. That is talent. If there's any reason to respect Jill and Charlie, that is it. They were killing all these people with one eye. That's crazy.
And not just that, thinking about that whole red camera thing, think back to 5 with that technical voice changer.
Oh, dick shot.
The red dot and everything. I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Do you want Jill to return, Sarah?
It's
okay to say no. Your face is telling me no.
So it's not that I don't want her to come back, but like as Bob was saying, like there's no way she could have survived that. Like
yes,
realistically, she would not have survived the defibrillator to the head. Like,
yes, you can, because I know someone that's not a vegetable that had his 2 sons do that as a prank that were young kids, and it was cranked up higher. He's still alive. And
that's insane.
You want to argue the bullet? You can argue the bullet shot. Bullets don't always go where you think they go. All it takes is
I agree.
Bone.
I agree.
All it takes is hitting one bone, and
yeah, they ricochet. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. I agree with that.
So Jill can realistically be alive, but I also don't want to hear people saying, "But Stu can't be alive," because Stu went through far less.
Yeah.
But radio silence doesn't have it in them to write the defibrillator not working or making any sense of that. I don't think they would describe the ricocheting bullet because they would have dropped Jill Hinson 5.
They've got a lot of character development to worry about than to try to rehash the past.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can't really do that. The only thing you could do with Charlie, you have to have Charlie in the sequence over Jill. And it would make sense with what we saw with them filming with the one eye hole. It's an honor line, even though Stu killing Dewey would make far more sense with that. But realistically, they did drop as many hints to Charlie as Stu.
Yeah.
So
Dino thinks we're getting right to the chest. He thinks we're getting a shock death because it's the middle movie of a trilogy. Those mostly always end on a tragic note, either Kirby or Gale. Okay, fair enough.
What if it's both?
It could be both. It could definitely be both. I'm between those two. Who are you guys going with, Gale or Kirby?
I'm going to be the eyeball. I don't think either of them are dying.
So
I don't think either of them are going to die.
Fair. That's fair. I'm going Gale. hardcore. I am firmly believing that it's Gale. I'm with you, Maverick. I don't think that they were into each other. I think Stu was just one of the guys who just get a little touchy. Okay, he's talking about Billy and Stu. Am I that far behind? God damn. It happens. This part with Jill, this little monologue and what follows after before I get to anything else. This sold me because when it was first Jill, I was shocked, but I was like, really, Jill? That's kind of whack. And then you find out her motive was just fame, like, and then she proceeds to kick her own ass. Um, I love this scene. I mean, she goes for it.
The one thing that's like, not, I won't say it bothered me, but like she seems to have planned like all of this meticulously. She's going through all this trouble. She's killing her partner. She's beating herself up, but she thinks one stab wound to the abdomen is going to kill Sydney.
I agree with you on that 100%. That is very, yeah. But again, and that is, it gives us the ability to rationalize Kirby being alive because Kirby got the same thing. But I'm with you. It's like all the work, all the effort, the risk, everything that goes into this night coming to fruition, right? Her grand master plan, and you just give her a little to the stomach.
And you don't check. You just don't check.
Right.
I'm gonna say that it goes back to what we were saying with Billy and Stu. They're still technically teenagers. They're not all you could write out all this plan. Look at when they started stabbing each other. They didn't think they'd feel pain.
Right.
In Jill's mind, she might think that one stab would get the job done. Unfortunately,
well,
she's
going
not
back
an expert in all of that.
Right. And going back to what Blake was saying about how Zach Cherry said that Charlie did majority of the killings till the end. You know, if all that handiwork that was happening, granted, Charlie did stab Kirby just once in the stomach. She's not been doing a lot of the killing. So, you know, if she did, she probably killed her mom, which was just one stab through the mail slot. But you're right, she's not cutting people open left and right like what Charlie did to Olivia. So there's that. But it did always bother me that, like, if you want to take Sydney out and she's very surprised that she survived when they get to the hospital, it's like you would have think she would have gone like full on hammer time on her chest, you know? If you really want her to be dead, you would have. She's incapacitated right now. You could continue it instead of kicking your own ass. You could be stabbing, making her look like Swiss cheese. Chop her up like a julienne salad. So, I'm with you on that, though. Catch back up to the chat, and then this. This was a really cool twist for sure. So I don't know if that's in regards to Kirby or Gale, but he says she does survive. I believe. I don't really care if she lives or dies, depending on execution. Absolutely. Execution is the key to everything. You could totally sell me on some shit that I don't want to happen. And if you execute right, I will be totally cool with it. Allison's mom in Halloween Kills. That was shocking.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yep. The movie is still going, Polar. We're wrapping up. I love this shot right here where Jill's getting wheeled out on the gurney and she's smiling at all the fame. We're at 1 hour and 35 minutes and 6 seconds. Michael Joe wanted Allison to die in Halloween Ends. We could go on. I could go on that. I could do a whole live stream on Halloween Ends.
Michael Joe, you want everybody to die. I saw you earlier for Gale.
I'm not gonna lie. If anybody really should have died, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, it really should have been Lori and Michael both just dying together to end it once and for all. Because with Lori still living, now you have the chance of them rebooting it and her being like a 90-year-old grandmother again.
Right. So Extron says we got many characters that returned for a sequel that have died before. Randy, Cotton, Dewey. I agree with you, but the only difference is that we were to believe that Kirby was left for dead. With all of those characters from the movie prior, we knew that they were alive, right? We knew that Cotton was alive going into Scream 3. From the ending where he gets all the people, all the interviewers and everybody coming up to him. We knew Randy was alive. We knew Dewey was alive. Judy, we knew she was alive, but Kirby was the only one that we had no confirmation. So we were left to believe that she was left for dead. So to hint at her in Scream 5, bring her back for Scream 6, and then just kill her off is kind of just, it's a little bit of a waste for me. Because you could have had a different character completely, and it's only fan service, and fan service can be done right and wrong, and I think that would be doing fan service wrong. That's where I land on that. I don't know if you guys agree with me or think I'm crazy.
I pretty much agree with what you just said.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
I can't remember who it was that pointed it out. It might have been on our last stream or something, but where they're like, does nobody work at the hospitals here in Woodsboro?
It's crazy. Like, in every horror movie, these hospitals are empty, and I'm like, has this director ever been to a hospital?
Right? So nuts.
Like, I get that they sometimes explain it away by saying, like, oh, we've secured them in, like, a private wing or whatever, but, like, for the most part, these people are just walking through empty hospitals. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
This is a cool catch by Gail. It's funny because Dewey's the cop. She's the one who catches it. JT, I don't know if something's wrong, but yeah, everybody, I think, can you guys see JT in the chat? Everybody let JT know if they can see his messages. Michael fucking Myers. Charlie was a brutal killer. He gets a lot of hate. His calls were great. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's face it, he's going to slit your eyelids in half so he can stab you in the face so you don't blink.
Yeah. Did you like Charlie, Sarah, or was he not really your cup of tea?
I think he was, like, underused. Like, I agree with what Polar said. Like, his kills were brutal. And, like, you only kind of suspected him sometimes. Like, I think they were trying to go with that, like, Mrs. Loomis hidden in plain sight killer. But they didn't do enough with him. Like, he was one of the only ones that we never just got a shot of him, like, off on his own. Like, we saw everybody else off on their own, or, like, what they were doing from their point of view. But, like, we never checked in with Charlie.
Right.
That's what kind of made me, like, suspicious of him. Because I'm like, we never saw him in any kind of dangerous situation or alone or with any kind of tension. We just, like, forgot he was around. So I think, like, they could have done something a little better with him, but I don't think he's a bad killer. He just wasn't a great character. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Back on that in a second. Dewey getting beat with the bedpan. Oh my
Poor
God.
man.
Right? Thankfully, it wasn't a used bedpan. That would be just a total disrespect.
Hey, at least he didn't get stabbed.
That's true.
At least it was just a bedpan.
Yeah. Back to the Charlie comment. I don't know if any of you guys, maybe I'm dating myself. He always reminded me of the lead singer from AFI. Do any of you guys know who that is?
Yes.
Every time I saw him, I was like, I can't stop thinking this is alternate version of the lead singer of AFI. Like this is alternate universe. If he wasn't a singer, he would be head of a cinema club and, eventually a Ghostface killer. Every time I saw him, that's all I could think about was the band AFI. So
that's funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to catch back up. So Michael Joe, he likes Charlie. Michael Joe likes Charlie. Yeah, kind of going back to what you were saying. He was like not much character development, but he did have some pretty. You can like a character as Ghostface, but not like the character as themselves. Like, Mickey was kind of the same as Charlie, right? He was a brutal ass Ghostface. He's a little bit more charismatic for sure. Well, a lot more charismatic, I should say. But his character wasn't really used. And Mickey he's one of my top. He's like my second favorite Ghostface killer. So I get that, Extron. Totally get it.
I loved Mickey. Like, yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from, but I think he was just so charismatic and so charming. Like, I just loved him.
Oh, shit. Clear? Poor Dewey. Yeah, so she did, after being zapped, she did have the presence of mind to grab a broken shard of glass and try to kill Sydney still. So there were some neurons firing, right? She kind of still had the killer instinct.
Well, that
It's possible.
But also with that, instantly when you're hit, you would become a vegetable instantly. So that would prove that there was something wrong with the defibrillator at that point.
Fair enough. Like I said, it's a horror movie. At the end of the day, they could do anything and everything they want. How grounded they want to make these things is really up to who's writing the story and who's got final say in the product that we get. And the test screenings, I'm sure, would kind of
that. And also, there's one thing about horror. They always say, technically, we don't see the full death.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no confirmation. I hear you, man. I mean, that looks pretty dead. I'm not going to lie. That looks pretty dead. But you never know. You never know.
Also, don't forget, they are in a hospital, too.
The end of Scream 4, baby. That was fun. I really, I can't, it's hard for me to wrap my head around how much I loathed this movie when I first saw it. Because I really enjoy it now. Like, I really, really enjoy it. I have a good time with this movie. So, that was fun. And that was, I'm glad that I had you guys to watch it with me. Guys, go thumbs up. Oh, thanks, Blake. Yeah, Blake's asking everybody on behalf of me to hit the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I think right now we're at 21 likes. That is fantastic. Fantastic. I'm trying to make sure that I'm caught up. I've been pretty good, and I'll show everybody I'll share the screen here shortly. So I make sure that you can check it and see if your name is left out, but I'm gonna be spinning this wheel here shortly. So tomorrow is my daughter's, well, it's not officially, but tomorrow's her birthday party. She's turning 3.
Aww.
So we're gonna not go super crazy long with the stream because we're gonna be setting things up and all that stuff here shortly. So but I do want to get through thoughts on this movie. Bob, what is your overall, how do you feel about this movie? How did you feel about it when you first saw it as opposed to how you feel about it now? Do you like it more, like it less? did you enjoy it the first time, and then subsequent watches it kind of aged not as well for you? How do you feel about this movie?
I still love this. This is still one of my favorite sequels of the franchise. I think it did everything down to a T. And with what they cut when we do see that, it shows you that they had the presence of mind to at least try to do what they knew what was right. Unlike kind of just rushing it out, like they had the time to build this up. And it kind of was also good having Kevin Williamson back to a degree. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was his creation.
Right. Yeah, they had him up until the rewrites, to my knowledge.
Yep. Yeah, but
So
some of his stuff did show up. So, I
right.
mean, we can be thankful at least something showed up of his.
Yeah, of course. It had that DNA that so many of us fans actually love and enjoy when we get that in the movies.
And I'm
Um,
not going to lie, with Jill's my second favorite killer. I mean, especially with that reveal.
right. The Jiller killer, man. She was crazy, dude. She took she took the third act reveal thing to a whole other level that I don't think that we really got with in any of the sequels prior, right? With the exception of
Mm-hmm.
the original. Like she took it for me, she sold me, right? When I saw the reveal, I was like, really? But everything that led up to or from that point, like she had me sold. I was a fan for sure. Yeah, man, you're taking the words right out of my mouth. She is insane. And I freaking loved it. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
And we will be seeing a part of her in Scream 6. Mark my words down. I'm calling it.
Yep. Yep. Sarah, how about you? Initial thoughts when you first saw this movie and how it kind of changed, whether for better or for worse.
Yeah, it has grown on me for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I like it a lot now, actually. I think it's like a solid entry into the franchise. Is it the greatest? And do I like rewatch it a lot? No, but I don't have any like real issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely grown on me over time.
Good. Yeah, it's the same with me. I hated it. I didn't really pay much attention to it initially. I was just so distracted by the. I'll show it again. The shallow Hal. I was just like, that's what I felt like was just shit all over my eyes. Um, and I never gave it much more. Like I was just tuned out, basically distracted and not a fan. But it changed for me, and once I kind of got over that and was like, you know what, I just got to pay attention to it and appreciate it for what it is. I really really enjoyed this. It's teeters between 3 and 4 as far as the sequels, but like we've all have talked about, there's not a bad Scream movie.
Yeah.
There's really not. Um, so I guess structurally they're all solid films. Some are obviously better than others, but I'm trying to find. Polar had a comment that I thought was hilarious, and I'm just trying to find it because I am so lost in this damn chat. um where do you rank this, Sarah?
It's in fourth place. I rank the franchise basically in the order it was released. 1 straight through 5. Depending on the day, 3 gets bumped up into second place. I am a Scream 3 stan.
Got it. I'm just not finding it. Puller had a question about um Trevor getting shot in the junk, and it was hilarious. Okay, I think I'm getting here. It is. How's she gonna explain that her boyfriend got shot in the junk? That was personal, and the cops would smell that out. That is a fantastic point. Shooting anybody in the junk is very personal. But I appreciated it because he was a dickhead, and now he no longer can be a dickhead because he's without. Um, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, Puller. So I love that. I thought that was a cool. I mean, it was cool to see them not just get shot in the chest or in the head. That she went a little bit more visceral with that. So,
but
Simple,
also,
because
would Woodsboro cops be able to figure that out?
I was gonna say there's one easy lie. Well, unless Kirby is still alive, but technically, all she would have to say is, "Oh, Charlie cock blocked him, and he was pissed. He shot him in the junk."
There you go. That is true. That is true. A lot of people in S4 were stabbed once and died. Yeah. Yeah, and that's that was the thing the one redeeming quality about Amber, it seemed like, because it appeared that Richie was doing the just one stab kills, but Amber went fucking hard on people. Like she stabbed the shit out of people.
Yeah, Judy.
Yeah. So that's true. That is true. The scene where Jill beats herself up always reminds me of Liar Liar. Yeah, I'm kicking my own ass. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Okay, so Extron going back was talking about Kirby, not Gale. Got it. Got it. Got it. Let's get to a few more things before we spin that wheel. Sharon agrees with me. Thank you, Sharon. And Lainey agrees. Yes, I will strike when Kirby dies. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see her go. I watched a thing on her, kind of about. I think it was on YouTube, about all the stuff that she kind of went through after her initial stardom hit, and like all this kind of shitty breaks that she got, and it just really tugged at my heart. I felt horrible for her, like her. Allegedly, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, so I'm going to preface by saying allegedly her publicist or someone or PR person was giving her pills to like pep her up before the red carpet things like that. And she was like a kid. She was like, I was an early teens. It's freaking horrible, It was they called it like the happy pill or something. That is just awful, awful, awful. I hate when people do shit to kids, man. It makes me nuts.
Yeah.
Michael Joe asks, Maverick, do you think Billy Loomis can come back to life after being shot in the head? I don't, and I don't know if you guys have different thoughts on that. I think Billy's a goner. I mean, he is a goner, but I don't think we're going to get anything other than like the hallucinations. I don't think he'll be coming back. I don't think Scream will ever go supernatural.
If Billy is somehow alive, you've at that point tarnished everything that Screams 2 through 5 has established. You're telling me nobody would have known that Billy's body was missing from that scene. I'm sorry, I gotta call BS on that one.
No, I know. He might have been being silly. I don't know, but Blake put.
Well, I
think
don't know either, but
Casey Becker is still alive. They could have put her back together. It reminds me of the Princess Bride. 'Tis a flesh wound. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
Don't you mean
just to like circle back a second, like the whole thing about Billy maybe still being alive, like the ultimate rule in Scream is like if you get shot in the head, you're dead. So I can't see them like ever doing anything to undo that.
No, he might have been being silly. JT asks, have any of you guys seen the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie?
No, I have to wait till it's on streaming, unfortunately.
No, and honestly, I'm probably not.
Right. You know what it made me think of? I'll definitely watch it. It made me think of when Kirby answers her favorite scary movie is Bambi. It's like pretty soon that's gonna actually be a reality, that we are gonna get a Bambi horror movie. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
They are writing a Bambi horror movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like she was saying it kind of tongue in cheek. But that's gonna Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is all but solidified that like we are going to be getting fairy tale horror stories.
Yeah, they're also rumored to be a Peter Pan one as well.
And my final thought on that is just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Yeah, but if you do read the actual fairy tale of Peter Pan, I mean, that is kind of a horror story.
But I just mean like all of these in general. Like just because stuff is like coming into public domain doesn't mean we need to like desecrate it. Like
Right. No, I agree. The problem is for me, it's it's the same with a lot of these movies are getting a lot of success, and what comes with those successes, right? Like Halloween doing great at the box office, Scream doing great at the box office. I want everything to succeed, but when we do that, we also get the cash grabs, right? We get the studios just wanting to crap something out to make quick money, and they don't care about the product like the fans actually do. And that's the only thing that scares me is I don't know what the total budget for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey was, but I know that they made well over the return on investment was fantastic. I'm pretty positive for them. Maybe critically it was, hammered pretty hard, but that's the one downside is that when horror movies are succeeding at the box office, we are going to get people that could give two shits about what the final product is, crapping these things out, and then we get, Bambi, blood, whatever, something about Bambi and being scary. So that's the only downside. It's a double-edged sword. I love that we have so much horror stuff coming out. It's fantastic. But the negative to it is we're going to get a lot of shitty movies in the process,
Yeah, like we kind of even did in the 80s. There's a lot of bad ones in the 80s.
Right. I mean, some of them are hits, even if they're not great, right? Friday the 13th was a perfect example. They said, let's just copy Halloween. And there were some hits and there were some definite misses that came from that. But that was a cash grab. And it worked out because it's a legendary franchise. But not everything is going to be that, unfortunately. Extron says, Kirby, we didn't know, just saying that she's a returning character. Okay, yeah, that's going back to kind of what we were talking about earlier. So Dino asked, and what do you guys think? At this point, Wes would have already been born, right? Because I think, what was the time difference? Did they say from Scream 4 to Scream 5, like in movie time, not in our time? Do you guys know?
It was either 10 or 11 years.
I was gonna say, I think if they actually like made it line up, I think it was 11 years.
Okay, so they stuck true to the timeline. So then, yeah, for sure, Wes would have been alive at this point.
Yeah, Wes would have probably been like what, 6 maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that, 6, 7-ish. We're catching up. As soon as I catch up, we will spin that damn wheel. Extron says it is possible to survive a bullet to the head. So I guess Billy can come back too, if you're going to say that.
Yeah, but at that point, you literally will be a vegetable.
I think it just depends on where you get hit in the head. Like I don't know. I'm sure there's crazy cases in everything, but I think I don't know, to the front of the dome as opposed to like grazing the back.
Yeah, but he was shot point blank in the head.
That's what I'm saying. Between the eyes, I think that's a tough one to squeeze. I just don't think that they're gonna do that. It's too. You're bringing too much. You're adding too much onto the plate of
that, and then you also diminish what Scream 2 did with Mrs. Loomis. She would have known Billy was alive. She wouldn't have gone as psycho.
Fantastic point.
With Randy.
Fantastic point. I mean, she still could have had the motive to want to kill Sydney, right? For almost killing her son, but that's a good point, Bob. That's a really good point.
We also have to remember too, like people, getting shot in the head or a defibrillator to the head or a TV to the head. And there was all these people saying, oh, well, there was one person that survived, or I know somebody that happened to, but like these people are the outliers. Like it is not the normal to survive a bullet to the head. Like that is extraordinary. So I don't think they would just handle it so casually in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could easily survive a bullet, but not from the range he was shot from.
Yeah, I mean it's point blank to the head. It's I just think we're going down a road that we don't necessarily need to go down.
You're going down Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger route when Scream is more realistic. I highly doubt Jill's going to be back. The only one that I think will actually be back is going to be Stu.
Right.
But I will still make the case Charlie's the more realistic out of everybody, that most people have him as an underlier.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I agree. The DNA of Scream is it's the meta slasher who done it, but it's also the why done it, right? That's also just as interesting as who is why. And if we start going down the supernatural road, or the extreme rare, less than 1% chance of survivability of a bullet to the brain, as opposed to a few, like getting stabbed a few times for people that want to see Stu back, and a TV dropped on his head. Like, I think there's probabilities for all the killers that we believe are dead to come back, and like Billy would be on the very, very small percentage. I'm not saying anything is that it's impossible, but I just think it's improbable. Right.
And also, you're telling me through all of that time, if Billy is alive, not once would he reach out to Sam. That I'm also finding that a little
his
hard
force
to
ghost
believe.
did, though. His force ghost did, so it's all good. The Billy Force Ghost.
Also, I should say, hey Anthony, I saw you pop into the chat.
Oh, is Anthony here? I'm so far behind, dude. I'm trying to catch up. Blugga says, "What if I don't like the mustache? Do I give the video a dislike?" Absolutely. You can give it whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Billy needs to stay dead. Everyone knows I love Billy a wee bit too much, but yeah, he needs to stay dead. Oh, look who's stopping by. Carey, Craves Cinemas. I know,
Hey,
Carey. We
Hey,
missed
Carey.
you. We missed you. You always have so much fun insight to bring, and snarkiness to all the dumb stuff that I say. So it was a fun stream, but I'm sure we would have had so much more fun with you poking fun at me left and right.
Yeah.
And get some sleep, get some rest. Thank you for stopping by. Very, very sad that we didn't have you, but hopefully we can get everything organized for Scream 5 coming up here in a few days. That's what we're shooting for. So I will keep everybody updated on that. Oh, JT's wishing my daughter a happy birthday. Thank you so much, JT. I appreciate that, buddy. His girl just turned 9 on the 25th of February. Cool. Well, tell her I said happy birthday. Happy birthday from everybody, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're catching up. Philip saying thanks for the stream. Can't wait to watch Scream 5. Absolutely. And happy birthday to Little Mab. Thank you. Thank you.
Just so you know, Philip, I'm probably going to be one of the few that are very favorable towards it. Just a heads up.
It's the thing with, like we were talking about, with our favorites not necessarily being the best. I think this is better. I think this is better than Scream 3 from just a filmmaking standpoint, but it just doesn't sit with me as well. I think they played it so close to the vest, and it's so much of an homage to 96 that it got old for me. It was refreshing to see that they didn't completely betray the franchise, and that's why I liked it so much. But it's aged poorly for me. So I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think that its favorability with me hasn't been able to stand the test of time.
Oh, something else I thought about too, real quick.
Yeah.
Going back to the whole Billy still being alive. Let's say, for sake of argument, he was alive. Okay. Are you telling me that once he got news of his mother dying at the hands of Sydney, he would stay quiet all this time waiting for like Scream 7. I'm sorry, he would have been the main protagonist of Scream 3,
Right.
not Roman.
No, I agree. That's just it's yeah, it'd be a strange. Like I said, it's just too much. It's too much. They don't need that. Scream is very fast paced. They don't do a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of lulls in between. All like once you get the opening kill, there's so much that they just bang, 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 bang to the third act, and then we get the reveals and the chase scenes and all that stuff. It's just too much to have to go in. Blecka says all these killers would get tested for gunshot residue. I've seen enough CSI and forensic files to know that shooters have a specific gunshot residue. Yes, you are not wrong about that, Blecka.
Yes, but I don't think the Woodsboro Police Department is that intelligent.
Yeah, Jen had made a comment right before that saying the only cops left were Judy and Dewey. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely understaffed, but I'm sure that I don't know what it's like for you in Canada or Jersey, but I'm sure that you guys can probably attest that, they're just understaffed. Agencies are understaffed nationwide and possibly in Canada too. I don't know. You have to tell us. How is it?
I'd rather not deal with the Mounties up in Canada. I don't want horses charging at me.
Man, we're a pretty peaceful place.
Do you guys have the Mounties, like the traditional they're
more ceremonial.
Okay.
We call them the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So like our just regular police officers look just like yours, but we do have Mounties and they do ride horses.
Cool. Yeah, we have the same thing. The mounted patrol, but they don't actually patrol. It's more ceremonial and situational kind of thing for sure.
Yeah, we have the Mounties that actually, are out working every day, but the horses are the ceremonial part.
Right.
That hurt my eyes. I just saw Kill Kirby. That hurt my eyes.
Oh, Blecka says they will kill Kirby in the movie and then say, "Don't worry, fans. She has a prequel show coming, so it's not bad." And then I will say, no, it's even worse than okay. Yeah, I saw that too, but then as I was reading, I was like, oh, it's Blecka's just being silly. Blecka wouldn't go in and drop a bomb like that for sure.
Well, if he did, I'm just saying, if he did, I'm going to find out where you live, and I'm going to go Charlie on you.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just saying, thinking of Hollywood when they go into the situation where they know they're going to piss the fans off. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's
not wrong, but I actually have faith in Spyglass Entertainment and Paramount not to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're the more grounded to at least respect fans over your Blumhouse and type situation. I really think they care about the franchise. It's just how much interference is going to come.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that they don't totally butcher this, right? We got the general is in the chat. Hello, General Val. Thank you for stopping by. I hope all is well with you. We just finished watching Scream 4, so we're just kind of in the wrapping up phase. We're getting to everybody's questions, comments, and then we're going to be spinning a wheel. So if I know you just got here, so I'm throwing your name down in there. It's a Total Recall, the original Steelbook. So you may win it. You may win it, Val. Blecka says we saw the Fast and Furious parody of Bambi with The Rock on SNL. It was hilarious. I didn't see that. Did any of you guys?
Oh my God, you have to see that. That is hilarious. I got a kick out of it. I still prefer the wrestling skit they did, but that's just me.
Nice. I hope I'm close behind. I must have been something that I missed. Puller says Peter Pan would be terrifying. I love those dark theories on Peter Pan.
Hey, just know they're not all theories. I've read the original fairy tale.
Yeah, I It could be scary for sure. I think a lot of those stories can be, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
especially if you look at like a lot of the origins of the actual Disney princesses. Not
Hmm.
trying to ruin anybody's childhoods here, but well, mine was ruined by buying the Grimm fairy tales. So
Yeah. So JT is okay. So he enjoyed Blood and Honey. Slasher's his favorite subgenre. I agree. That's mine too. And he mostly goes to slasher for the kills. The kills in Blood and Honey were great. Well, that's good to hear. I'm like I said, I'm gonna watch it, but my expectations are low. It's the same with Cocaine Bear. Like we talked about that a few weeks ago. Cocaine Bear, I've got low expectations, so I could leave on a high, and that
I'm
was
not gonna lie,
an
I was
unintentional
kind of
joke.
disappointed with Cocaine Bear.
Okay, so you saw it.
I personally thought it was a bad film. Just it wasn't my kind of film though. So to everybody who likes it, I'm glad you have something to enjoy because I cannot find enjoyment in that.
Did you see
I
Cocaine
think
Bear yet, Sarah?
No, I'm waiting. It's one of those wait to stream kind of movies. So I think just whenever it comes out some night, I'll grab some popcorn and watch it. But yeah, low expectations, but like I also think it might be fun.
although I'm not gonna lie, if somebody wants to send me some of the good stuff, maybe I could give you an opinion on doing what the bear did. Then I'll tell you if
I
it
was gonna
was good
say
in my eyes at that point.
you give a movie review like Scarface. That
Yeah.
would be funny. Just have the powder all over your nose and
Yeah, come on
cussing.
YouTube. I'll just hide it with a mask.
Oh, that's funny. Um, let's see. Val says, let's see. Another one of my great childhood memories killed by the making of that movie. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that have or already saw it and are just like, yeah, it jacked up my childhood. But today's day and age, it's like everything is getting. There's very little original stories. Everything's being just intellectual property being rewritten or yeah. So get used to it. Unfortunately, Val, I feel like it's only going to get worse as things go on. Carey says, "Who doesn't like Jason?" They must have been talking about Jason Takes Manhattan in the chat, knocking someone's head off.
I was
Yeah, I
gonna say
love that.
technically me because I prefer the original with no Jason.
Oh yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
So Extron's got a hot take. I want to know what you guys think about it. He says, "I think Scream 3 actually ruined the timeline for Scream because by Scream 4, doesn't Rebecca say Dewey and Gail were married for 10 years? Even though if it was 10 years, wouldn't it be 1999 and 2009?"
No, because if you think about this logically, they can get married the year after 99.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Which
be
would
engaged
make
for a
it
couple years.
because I've known people that were engaged for 5 years.
Right.
They didn't get actually married until like the 5th year when they had the money.
Right.
Now, I can't vouch on Gail and Dewey in this circumstance. I'm not Kevin Williamson or Wes Craven.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're the ones to really ask on that one.
Right. I think you're right. Sarah, do you agree with Bob or?
Oh yeah, I just assume you're engaged for a couple of years and you get married. It never triggered anything in my brain when she came up with the date of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, if we're doing 11 years since the previous movie, engaged for a year, married for 10, makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scream is the ultimate Scooby-Doo. That's why I love it. Yep. Oh yeah. Are you guys are both of you guys Scooby-Doo fans?
I like Scooby-Doo.
Me too.
I do.
Oh
I'm
my
even
god.
I'm trying to put myself through Velma for the channel just to give everybody entertainment of me raging. And I can't even get past the first episode.
I've heard not great things about Velma.
No,
guys,
I won't even waste my
anybody
time.
in the chat that hasn't watched it that might be thinking about it, let me save you the time and effort. it bastardizes the characters. They're not what they were. It's Mindy Kaling just taking over show and inserting Mindy Kaling as Velma, which is nothing like Velma. Go watch Mystery Incorporated. Go watch Be Cool. All shows that were kind of ragged on. They're better.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for it. I was like, this is not my no. I just won't waste my time with it. Won't waste my time. Won't waste my money. Not my thing. And it, it's so funny because like my son, I was watching Scooby Doo in high school. Still, I had a Scooby Doo pillow on my bed. I loved Scooby Doo that much. But my son likes it, but my daughter she calls it Dooby Doo, Dooby Doo, and it's like I can't imagine her growing up and watching that and remembering that this was something that was a show when my mom was a kid, like, and I my daughter, it registers with her now so many years later that I couldn't imagine her watching Velma and going, oh my god, that's my childhood. It's just I don't know who that show is for. It's definitely not anybody that was a fan of the original or any of the even pup named Scooby-Doo, all the stuff that kind of modernized a little bit with time. It's just
I'm sorry. Pup named Scooby-Doo is a guilty pleasure watch for me.
Right?
I love a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. I think Jen's saying, since there's so many mods here now, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you so much for being here, Jen. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully you're still here. But thank you so much and good luck. I know you got surgery coming up here soon. So everybody say your prayers for Jen. Hope that she has a very smooth surgery and a very speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Prayers
that's coming
out
up.
to you, Jen.
Yeah, I think that's coming up this week. All right, let's see. We're almost to the bottom. We're almost there. Extron says, I don't think any killer would wait so many years to finally come back again and plot something. Just my opinion. Well, we're going to find out in less than a week. We are going to find out.
No, I think we're going to find out in about a year and a few weeks, because I think we're going to find out a specific train I'm a part of will come to fruition.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Man, that would be so crazy. If they pull that off, oh my God. My head will blow right off my shoulders.
Let's just say if you hear about a guy getting kicked out of theaters in New Jersey, it's most likely me, because I'd be yelling in every theater just to get kicked out.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry to anybody if y'all live in Jersey, but just know, avoid it for like the first few weeks so we don't run into each other.
Right. All right. We're almost there. Almost there. Okay. Let's see. Blucka says they should use a ghost face mask that looks like they saw the chick from The Ring climb out of the TV. That would be cool. I've seen a lot of different ghost face masks, but I don't think I've seen that one.
I'm not going to lie. I still want them to use the Scarecrow one. I'd love for one to be near like a cornfield and just have him like perched up there. It's like nightmares for me growing up. A Scarecrow moving like that would, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Philip says Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is great. Yes, the sequel to that one is not very good, but the first one.
Wait, there was a sequel? I must have repressed that from my memory.
Yeah. Yep. I don't blame you. Scooby-Doo and the Witches, Ghosts, love the Hex Girls.
Oh, the Hex Girls were great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They,
Scooby-Doo would be a fun
decided to mess with their animation as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dino.
Oh no, they weren't in Velma, but there was a later series of Scooby that kind of messed up the looks of them.
Yeah. Dino's a fan of a pup named Scooby-Doo. Blugga thinks Ghostface should wear an ascot.
It was Fred. It was Fred all along.
Fred.
We got to make that happen. It's got to be Freddie Prinze Jr.'s the killer in 6 now. He's got to be.
Yeah. Blanca says, I wonder if Scream Universe has Ghostface doing an OnlyFans. Blanca comes up with some crazy shit. Val says, I'm 54, watched Scooby-Doo every day after school when I was a kid, right? Oh, okay. Jen, her surgery is March 14th. So she is going to be able to see Scream before the surgery. That's right. We did talk
Good.
about that, Jen. Yeah, it's good because she's not going to have to deal with all the people and, seating and all that stuff. So that'll work out actually really well for her. Lainey says, praying for you, Jen. Everybody's wishing Jen well. Good. Craven says, I still have tickets available for seats on the stew train. Yes. There's always that train is infinitely long, so there's always more room. 100%. Have the Ghostface Village people cult get rid of the cowls. Okay. All right. And Val and Craven are saying hello. And Mayanne, I chuckle every time I see your name. He sang my favorite song in Hey Arnold. That was another good show. Did you guys ever watch Hey Arnold?
Of course.
Oh my God, yes.
It was one of the greatest.
But I'm not going to lie. I still think the best cartoon show I watched growing up was Recess.
Recess is great.
That was that the Saturday morning or?
I think it was.
I think so.
Yes.
Mind you, I was only like
it had the kid with the
time.
backwards hat on, the red backwards hat.
TJ, yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Spinelli.
Blanca says, I can feel the creative juices flow through me, or as the cool kids call it, the devil's lettuce. Yep. Okay. So we're caught up. That was a trek, but we got there.
Quick, everybody in the chat, just start spamming comments, man, mess him up so he's not at the bottom anymore.
Negative. I am leaving it right here where Jen says I will be wearing my Stew Train shirt to Scream 6. So that's where we're leaving off, because now we are going to share the screen. Boom. Bring this up. And let's see. There we go. All right. So everybody's name should be on the list. And I'm going to just double check that one more time. I don't see anybody. Yes. Bones is putting comment.
There you go, Bones.
Yeah. So everybody should be on there. I'm going to give this thing a spin here. Sarah, why don't you count me down from 3, 2, 1? I'll click the spin and we will see who wins.
All right. A 3, 2, 1, spin.
Boom. Let's see. Oh, Bob.
Oh. This wheel is rigged.
It is not rigged. I'll spin it again if you want me to.
Yeah, I feel someone else should get it with me getting the prize from Dino the last time with Friday the 13th.
How magnanimous of you, Bob. So everybody in the chat, Blucka even put rigged. That's funny. Okay, so Bob is kind enough to say, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. And we're going to spin again. So we're going to remove that. And Sarah, would you do us the honors one more time?
A 3, 2, 1, spin.
Oh, no way.
You know, the funny thing is, I was half tempted to say I was going to give it to Carey.
Carey!
Oh, Carey, you're the winner. You are the winner. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. What are the chances that 2 of my 3 panelists get the. I guarantee you, if I spun this one more time, Sarah, that you would pop up.
I mean, it was real close. After Bob was me. It was almost there.
Oh, that's funny. Carrie's like, no way. Val's going, it's definitely rigged. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. This is I couldn't do this if I tried. I could barely edit a video on this damn thing. Oh my god. The wheel set to wrench. Oh, everyone's saying congratulations to Carey. She goes, "Can I choose someone, Mav? Please." So Carey wants to. Okay, so Carey, I'm going to leave this up to my panel to vote. Can Carey choose somebody to give this to? We let Dino do that when in the first video that we did. So Carey wants to choose. She did win. Bob, you won, and you said now spin again. So should we? And we did that. So should we let Carey choose?
I think so.
I think so, but also we could do a poll and see if the chat wants another spin as well.
I think we know which way that's going to go. So I'm putting the pressure on you.
I just don't want to put the pressure on Carey, though, because one person is going to be very happy and the rest are going to want to protest.
Here's the thing. Carey asked for it. I didn't put her on the spot. Carey asked for it. So we're not really, she's just going to have to make the decision. So let's do this.
She's got to do it. She's got to do it. Then.
So Carey, you can choose, but you have to publicly choose. Everybody in the chat is going to know who you choose. That is my stipulation.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes. So you have to announce who the winner is on the chat, not in private. And I'm okay with it. Otherwise, we'll do a spin. We will spin again. So
or I'll claim my thing and I'll pick somebody. I'll put myself on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, Mayan's like, put her on the spot. Absolutely. Carey is on the spot. So Carey, let's see who you choose. Blanca put, Carey is a power-hungry, wrench-wielding, self-proclaimed Care Bear wizarding YouTube monitor, and I mean it.
Ooh, guess Blanca really doesn't want this movie.
Yeah, Blanca's sealing his fate already. He's already
shots fired.
Yeah, he's made his bed. So the first person to say they love Total Recall gets it. So Lainey said, pick me. Mayanne says, I love it. Laughing my ass off. Oh, Lainey gets it. Okay.
Okay.
Carey, you're so nice. You're so sweet. Lainey is the winner. Lainey gets it. This is the craziest, the most random thing. I literally was not expecting this at all. I didn't know what to expect from that damn wheel, but I didn't expect it to go Bob, then Carey go, thanks, but no. Well, Bob goes, thanks, but no thanks. Carey goes, thanks, but no thanks. And then Lainey ends up winning. So cool, man. This is, oh, look, Lainey's so excited. Awesome. This is awesome. Well, this was fun. This was totally unexpected, totally unplanned. You can't make this stuff up. It's all live. And everybody's congratulating.
Raw and uncensored, yeah.
Oh, dude, your Macho Man is freaking on point, Bob. Your Macho Man is legit.
Yeah, I try.
Plenty of practice. I'm sure you love those Snap into a Slim Jim commercials, right?
Not just that. I mean, he's definitely my favorite growing up. So I
mean, yep. Blanca says, I come in like Sting from the rafters with a baseball bat, hitting Carey over the head before she kills me with her finisher. Blanca, what would Carey's finisher be? That's a question. Bob, you might. I want to hear your thoughts, but I also want to see what Blanca puts in the chat.
Well, I want to see what Blanca puts first, because I have a specific thought. But if he doesn't answer it with what I'm thinking, I'll say
it's gonna be like, you know how the Care Bears can like shoot light out of their little like symbol on their stomach.
You're taking it like literal, like the Care Bears. I was thinking the wrestling, like the wrestling finisher. What was?
Because I know one in specific I'm thinking of but it comes from Blucka's comment.
Okay.
But if
All
he
right.
doesn't answer it with what I'm thinking, I will say it.
I think I are. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you if we're all thinking the same thing.
Okay, nope, he didn't. What I
Oh.
was thinking was literally the Shining Wizard, because she's the shining light of our community.
Ah, I was thinking he was going to go literal because he said Sting and say the Scorpion Deathlock, but that's. I was like, I don't know where that falls in with the Care Bear thing, but like because he brought up Sting, that's what I was thinking. So, Dina says, not gonna lie, this wheel is a great idea. It's fun. The only thing I wish I could do, and I haven't played around with it enough, is to make it spin longer. Like if I could add make it spin for 10 seconds or 15 seconds, right? Just to build the suspense. And that would be the only thing I would change. But like I said, other than adding names, I can't really do anything else with it. But yeah, it is fun. It's super fun. I freaking love it. So, Mr. Bones asks, what did she win? It's Total Recall Steelbook, the original, not the remake. So the good one. Yeah. So that's what she got. Lainey, we will connect after the stream, and you can send me your address, and I will ship this thing off to you. So, Dino says Bob Macho Man Hunt. I still like Bob Van Dam or Bobby Roode. Those are my favorites, but that works too. That works too.
How about this? Bobby Van Macho Man. That way everybody could be appeased.
There you go. That works. So before we wrap this up, any final thoughts? Anything you guys want to talk about? Last minute hopeful. I guess we'll do that with the Scream 5 one, but last minute thoughts on Scream 6. Anything you guys want to talk about now before we kind of wrap things up?
All I'm going to say is to everybody who has not listened to that song, please go listen to Still Alive.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I got to do that.
I know. I've totally forgot about it, and I'm glad I'm going to do that as soon as we end.
I've been listening to it all day. It's stuck in my head. That's how catchy it is. And I usually don't praise songs.
Is it only one song, or does she have like a series of songs that are going to be on the soundtrack?
I don't know if there's going to be a number, like how many she has. It's just one was released. That's all I know at this point.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, fun.
Sarah,
I just queued it up on my Spotify, and she's got her own killer profile with the knife as the little picture.
Very cool. Are you going to be doing any live streams coming up, Sarah, that you want to promote, or Bob that you guys want to promote on other people's channels?
Yeah, so I will be back here for 5.
Yes, you will.
I'm going to be doing some stuff with Destin. I can't think of the date right now.
Okay.
It's like a Stab-A-Thon style thing.
Cool.
And Marcus. Yeah, so
I shot him 6
you'll
times.
probably be seeing me a lot over the next week. I'll be around.
Good. It's only a matter of time before you start your own channel. But
right. I was actually talking to Carey about this the other day. I was like, I've been in this we'll call it a community since November, and I'm on stream 35.
Right.
I'm like, I may as well just make my own at this point.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Bob, you got any upcoming streams you're doing?
Well, I will be back here for Scream 5 as well.
Hell yeah.
On the 8th, I will be on Cravens for 5. And then after that, I'm going to be on I Shot Him 6 Times.
Yeah. Yay.
For the Glow in the Dark watch party. Scream 6 party. So
cool.
You'll get to see me wearing some glow sticks.
Nice.
Which is something I never thought I would say in my entire life.
Nice.
So
Mayanne says, Mav, I got to give it to you. Not only are these watch parties fun, but you make it special and give without expecting anything other than a like back. Plus, your mods and guests are awesome. Well, Mayan, that
Nice.
right? That's so sweet. And yes, exactly, Bob. Yeah, I do. I love. It's fulfilling. I didn't always have a whole lot. I went through some rough times, and I happen to have extras and buy extras of things, and I really have a good time. Like, I'm glad to have people come and participate. And it is a selling point for people who maybe are never heard of me, never seen my stuff, and someone says, "Hey, he gives away free shit." It helps uh lure people in. And I feel like once I get that, I can keep them, right? And it's like you said, it's because of the awesome people that we have in the panel. It's because of the awesome people that we have in the chat. It's a good ass community. It's not a community that I would say that I built in any way, shape, or form. I kind of got scooped in under my buddy Craven. He was the first person that I even knew that you could do a YouTube channel on horror stuff. It was a little over a year ago. He kind of, everybody in that community that he kind of built brought me in, and that's kind of how I ended up here. And so I have a good time with it. I hope that everybody in the chat has a good time with it. That's all that I could hope for. All the other stuff, it would be great if I could get 1,000 subs. I'm over 4,000 watch hours now, which is an awesome thing that I can't believe that I actually achieved that. I can't believe that 4,000 hours have been spent watching my channel. It trips me out. And if this thing could be monetized one day, that would be fantastic. It's not going to be a career. I can't see it at least being a career of mine, but just that everybody has a good time. It's ugly out there sometimes, sometimes even not physically outside of our house, but sometimes inside of our head. And if I could give somebody a space or take a little bit of their time away from what they're dealing with to have a good time here and maybe win something in the process, that is all I could ask for. So, but it's not all me. It's not just my channel. There's several channels, and we try to have, all of us have kind of a carousel with each other on each other's channel and promote them, because it's just positive stuff, and we got nothing but awesome people here. So thank you for those kind words.
And Mav, you know what else is awesome that I just realized?
What's that?
The streak is still alive.
Boom. That's right. Bob and I, if you're new to this channel, we have a streak. Every live stream that I have had on this channel, Bob has been a part of. And I will be damned if that streak ends. Right now we're probably at like close to 10 10 live streams.
I think this was 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so we're right around, we're floating around the 10 mark. I would like this to be like a Cal Ripken-esque streak. And if you don't know what I mean, look up Cal Ripken streak and you'll understand. Bob and I have not missed a live stream that has been on this channel. He is, I always say, the goose to my Maverick, but with a much happier ending, right?
Or we could look at it this way: I'm the hurricane to your cane.
There you go. There you go. That's a perfect example. I love that, and we might be incorporating that too. So our streak is still alive, Bob, and it's going to continue to be alive so long as our internet's hold up or something, who knows?
As long as the weather, internet, everything holds up.
Right. Yeah. So no, this is fun. And Mayan, thank you for those kind words. That's so sweet.
So nice.
But like I said, it's a team effort. Nothing is done individually, not at least on my channel. So yeah, but that was very, very sweet. Mr. Bones is telling Lainey congratulations. Jen, I will get to you in the group chat that we have about what day for Scream 5. So yes, we're still ironing out a few things, but I think we have it figured out. So, speaking of Craven, good night all. The Scream 6 reviews are all over the internet right now, so be careful where you look.
I'm not going on Twitter. I'm good on Instagram because I've pretty much muted everybody.
Right.
Except for y'all.
Right.
Because I know y'all won't ruin it for me.
No. And that's the thing, is even if it says spoiler free, be very cautious of the comments, because you don't have to all but look down at one comment and see something that you probably don't want. So, yeah. I hope Batman, the greatest detective, helps these kids finally defeat Ghostface eventually. Nice. So Lainey's saying, thanks again, Carey and Bob and everyone here for the great discussion and entertainment. You're welcome. I'm glad you had a good time.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Saying love Mav and Sarah. You're more than welcome, Lainey. Cool. We are getting close to closing this thing out. Like I said, I've got some work to do after this. JT, says you have a great channel and you're a great dude. You deserve it, and you will be at 1K before you know it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That would be fun. That would be a fun little another milestone for sure. For sure. It's always great hanging out with all of you guys. It's great to have you in the chat, Val.
Yeah.
Val. Just like we were talking about with Jen and everybody that's a mod. Like, you guys are no nonsense, and I can always count on you, even if I'm just watching a live stream, that you guys are going to be handling business, because you're so damn fast at blocking people that need to be blocked. So, yeah. I very grateful for you, Val. On my last live stream that I did, I kind of went on a little bit of a rant about how awesome all of you mods are, and just how grateful every time I do a stream, and I'm sure speaking for all those other guys and gals, that they're just so grateful to have all of you. Before we close things out, Val doing Val things, the general things, got Bob's YouTube channel in the chat. Please subscribe to him, guys. You're not too far from 100, are you, Bob?
No, I'm at 94.
94. Come on, we got to get 6 more.
And if I hit 100, after everything with Scream 6 has died down, because I'll probably be on a lot of people's channels, I will be doing a live watch party for Recess School is Out. I want to go down that nostalgic route.
Nice.
And just have fun with it.
That would be amazing. So you guys heard it first. Go check out Bob's channel. Go give him a sub. The other thing is, don't just give him a sub and don't watch something. YouTube likes to take the liberty of unsubbing people. So watch a video, leave a comment. I guess the rule of thumb is at least 3 to 5 minutes of a video, or a video that's a shorter video, but give a thumbs up and leave a comment on those, because YouTube will just unsub you. They take their own liberties to do that. So please sub to his channel. Let's get him up to 100. I want to have that recess watch party. So let's make it happen, people. Let's make it happen.
You're at 95 right now, Bob.
Woo! There we go.
Woo.
Only a few more. Handful more. Blecka says, the wrenches are amazing, and I'm not just saying that out of fear of being punished, I swear. Oh, that's hilarious, Blecka. But I get you. Wink, wink. Bob's channel, even though Val dropped it, yes, there's 20 people in the chat. If you are not subbed to Bob, please do. Tell him about what you got coming next week, just in case they weren't here at the beginning.
Well, in spite of Carey being on Team Tara and trying to slow me down, when WWE 2K23 drops, the first official live stream I do with that game, which, weather barring, is going to be War Games, which will set up Team Sam versus Team Tara. And it is going to be the bloodiest match that I can make happen.
Nice. So make sure you hit the notification button too on his channel, because that is going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. It would be so much cooler to watch it live than to watch it on replay. Although watching on replay, there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to be there live. So I want to have front row seats to the beat down. So,
and you never know what's going to happen with my reaction depending on what team wins.
Oh, that's the other thing, right? It's going to be very tribal, and it's going to be interesting to see the infighting that happens in the chat. Absolutely.
Yeah, and not just that. At the end of it all, will Team Tara finally acknowledge that Sam is not a killer? That's the real question.
Yep.
Don't sue me, Roman Reigns, please.
That's funny. Val brings up a great point and something that I often forget to say. This is why she's the general. Please be sure to wait till the end of the stream or come back after the stream is over and leave a comment in the comment section. It really helps out the channel. That would be fantastic. And some of you guys have been really cool about, even if you were here, going back and doing that on the prior ones. But yeah, even if you're watching this on replay, let me leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. All the different stuff that we've talked about tonight. I want to hear your thoughts, and I will message you back because I love the conversations. So thank you, Val. I appreciate that.
Bob, you're at 99.
I'm one away.
One more. Come on.
I was waiting for Mav to finish so I could say that.
One more. Mav, can you go back to my comment about you earlier? How long ago, Extron, because I missed it. This one. I love this community. You're a big part of this community, Maverick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. And he followed up by saying, Mav, you definitely helped build this community. Thank you. That's super nice. Thank you. That's very, very nice, Extron. And I think these are the comments that that you were referring to. I must have missed quite a few of them. And Sharon says, love everything, Mav. You're the best. Good night. Good night, Sharon. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Bob, have you hit 100 yet?
It hasn't shown on my end.
Come on. You guys.
Yes.
Let's post. Woo!
100.
Awesome, Bob. That makes me so happy, dude. That makes me so happy. You know what? Just because we hit 100, we hit a milestone on my channel. I'll give away. I'll give away a Blu-ray disc. We'll do another spin. How's that sound?
If Bob wins, it's rigged.
I think it deleted. I think it deleted Bob off of it. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna spin another because we hit a milestone for Bob. Bob got 100, and please make sure you watch his videos after this so YouTube doesn't unsub you. I would like to get him over like maybe 102, 103, 104, just in case YouTube wants to play that stupid game. But I'm just saying, it happened with me after I hit 500. I went back down to like 498 before I eventually got back over. They do that. It's stupid, but whatever. So here's the thing. I will spin one more time, and whoever this lands on, hit me up on social media, and I will let you choose. I have a whole monster pile of sealed Blu-ray discs. I will let you choose from one of them. So, Bob, since you hit 100, yep. Oh, Dominic was 100. Dominic, I gotta add you to the spin, dude. I'm gonna add you to the wheel. Since it's your channel that hit 100, you count me down from 3, 2, 1, and I will spin. Let me share this screen.
All right.
And we will go from there.
All right. And in 3, 2, 1, spin.
See, this thing needs to go for like 10 seconds. Oh, Coop. Coop de Oof. Is Coop in the chat to claim his prize? If not, we got to spin again.
Yeah, he might not be. I don't know if he is still here.
Those were the rules, the standards that you and Carey had set a long time ago, that if you're not here to claim your prize. Oh, Extron's like, he's not in here. Okay, let's give him 15 seconds. Yeah, Coop was here earlier.
So in the very beginning.
Yeah, if I saw your name, I just added it because I figured worst case scenario, it lands on him. If they're not here to claim it, then we move on. So Yeah, poor Coop. I know, right? It sucks, but
Yeah.
we've done this before where if they don't claim it, and I'll give it about another 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2.25, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, he's not here. Poor Coop, man.
Yeah. Maybe he'll hit me up on social media. I'll just send him something anyways. All right, let's do it again.
Yeah. All right. In 3, 2, 1, spin.
Oh, Sharon. Let's see if Sharon is in the house.
Did you stay long enough, Sharon?
Are you still here, Sharon? We will give her. I'm at 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds. So we'll give her till 3 hours and 6 minutes. And all she's got to do is say, I'm here. And then she can message me after. Oh, Sharon is here. There we go.
Congrats.
Sharon, congratulations. You are the winner. Sharon is here. She's in the chat.
Sharon!
Sharon! Yep, she's here. Yep, everyone's congratulating Sharon. So, Sharon, you can thank Bob. Hopefully, you're following him now. But you can thank Bob because you have a free Blu-ray disc coming your way. So all you got to do is message me, and we will get it all situated, and I will send you a copy. I'll send you a copy. Where's that from?
Bam.
Bam. Bitch went down.
Oh God, I love Scream. Cool. Blecka's too funny. Blecka's hilarious. Blecka is hilarious. Okay. So this was an absolute blast. I gotta tell you guys, I thank you again to my amazing panel. Bob, so happy that we got you to 100, man.
Yeah,
I do too, and I just want to say this: Scream 5 is officially now my second favorite movie. You all pushed me to that now.
All right, cool. That's funny. That is funny.
Sorry, Jill. I like you, but
yeah. Oh man,
you couldn't make it past the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Bam, Sid, super bitch. That's so funny.
Oh, I hope she does, Extron. I hope she does.
Absolutely. So, well, that's it, you guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you to all my mods, and most importantly, thank you to my panel. This was a fantastic night. I'm so lucky to have everybody here to partake with me. This is just, you guys, I look forward to every Friday because of this right here. So can't thank you all enough. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We're almost there, guys. We are almost there. Do your best to just stay vigilant. That might be a new tagline of mine. Stay vigilant.
And stay off of Twitter at all costs, because Twitter is a dumpster fire. They will ruin everything in a heartbeat.
Right?
Yep.
So just be careful with everything on social media, on YouTube, all that stuff. We're right there. We can see the finish line to getting to see this movie. So stay classy, stay vigilant, and hopefully we see you next week. So stay tuned. We'll see you all on the next one. Later.